All right, so welcome to session 5, everyone. And so I'm going to go through the recap and then we'll go from there. So previously, you spent a week training and recovering from your encounters with the Kylon. Galen has not been seen since the training. While you rested and trained, the Guild learned more about the Sword of Justice, an organization who is against the exploration and exploitation of new worlds, and who believe that creatures from those worlds do not belong in ours, and that includes the Shadow Kind and the Automata. Also, another attack was reported in the Civic District near a building undergoing renovation. Delore has been apprehended, though though he is under house arrest at the moment. You learn that Janus has been spotted and that you should visit Delore at his home for more information. Meanwhile, Ragu received a note from Gimbal, and after visiting, you learned that he found the black market dealer who sold the items that Nico asked about. You are tasked to find out what the Sword of Justice is trying to do in the city and to take out whatever Kylon adolescent or adult that is procreating in about a week. You split up, one group following up on Nico's lead, while the other investigated the site of the attack in the Civic District. You found out that the items were sold to someone operating out of an abandoned facility, a faculty building at the Halls of Learning. The group gathered at the Civic District building to find the place infested with Kylon. After a hard fight, you were able to dispatch the large group. Then you headed to the Halls of Learning to find that building similarly infested. After another hard fight, you were able to clear out the creatures as far as you know. As we begin, it is about noon on Agil 26th. It is sunny, a hot day, and you are at the Halls of Learning outside the abandoned faculty building. But before we resume, Galen, what did you do during your downtime, and why weren't you at the guild this morning?
Yeah, what were you doing during your downtime, and why weren't you at the guild this morning, huh?
Okay, so what was happening is I
Just
went back to do more work for the church and keep healing. And things have been getting a little crazy because of the Kylon attacks and everything. So I had to work a little bit of overtime and I was busy, but I'm back now.
all right. So if you click on the campaign information under handouts, under there you'll see
Yeah.
downtime. It is the third link from the bottom. And if you look in there, if you haven't already, you can see the various things that you could do during your downtime in addition to your normal training, you're leveling up.
Yeah,
So,
I was doing religious service.
okay. And so if you open that, there's actually a roll to be made there.
Oh, sweet. Okay. At
So,
the end, make either a
Does he get any
religion check.
bonuses to it if he's doing it related to something pretty high profile?
let's see. Yeah, okay. So you can make a religion or a charisma. A religion or a persuasion check. I wish I could talk tonight. I'm sorry. And because you are dealing with the Kylon and you're dealing with all that, you get advantage.
Oh, okay. Let me throw on advantage. Um, I would make a religion check, but my persuasion is better by one, so we're gonna do that.
Fair enough. Okay. And then if we go back and we look at that chart, you got a 21, it looks like.
Which is just enough to get
Two favors.
2 favors. That's what I'm
So
talking about.
So go ahead and mark that on your sheet somewhere, and it tells you
Okay.
in that description what you can do with those favors.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me read that first. Hmm.
Man, I didn't get any favors.
Well, what did you roll a 10 or something?
Yeah, I rolled really bad on mine.
That sucks. Okay,
Cool.
cool. I'll throw that in like my notes, I guess.
All right. So now we will. Sorry about that. We'll put you down here. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're going to put you back at the Halls of Learning map, and Galen, to make things simple, I am going to assume that you got basically directions. So I'm going to go ahead and just put you on there. There we go. And everybody should now be on the map. And Galen, you should see your token along with everybody else.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, so you guys are outside the building. You've just taken out the Kylon, and Galen suddenly shows up out of nowhere. What do you guys
Hey
do?
guys, what's up?
Ow.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
you
you guys
doing?
need some healing? Anybody hurt? Yeah, Pico's hurt.
you're a little late to the party.
Yeah, well, I was busy.
Sure.
Okay, I'll use the thing on you, the healer's kit. Let me roll for that.
And while you're doing that, now would be an excellent time for your character to ask everybody else what's going on, etc.
Yeah, what's going on? Why you all beat up? What's happening here?
Oh, we've just been murdering Kylon, the usual.
Yeah, as it goes.
How's it get? There's more of those things. We didn't get them
Beating
all.
the-
Unfortunately, some rumor there might even be a Kylon adult around.
Seriously?
Yeah, we need to check the second story of this building in order to make sure that we're all up there.
Well, and the
We think
first
they all
story,
came
too.
out. Yes.
All right. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry. I should be rolling.
You see.
Just purifying the land
7.
as it goes.
Add 4 to that, so 7 plus whatever your maximum hit dice is. Anybody else hurt?
Yes, I'm feeling.
Are you able to use first aid kit on me?
On you, no.
Sorry, what was the total again?
It was 7 plus your hit dice.
Oh, that's the perfect amount.
As far as the
Okay.
hit dice goes, I forget. Is that something where they can spend a hit dice, or is that where they automatically get it?
Let me throw it up in the chat.
If you have 2 hit dice, then you gain a +2. Is that how that works?
That's how that works. And then
Oh no, yeah, it does say plus the maximum value of the hit die.
Ragu, do you want that as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, so 10 plus whatever your hit dice is.
Excellent.
Anybody else hurt? Oreo, you need some of that?
Although, I'm like half, not, I don't know if I should. I'm not exactly at halfway yet, and I don't know.
I mean, it's
Let's
up
hold
to you.
off.
I'm
Let's
gonna
hold off
heal
for
you.
right now.
Yeah,
No,
or
it's
any
too late.
Kylon today, you don't want to be at any sort of disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm already healing you. It's too late. 10 plus whatever your thing is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's part of my character. I forgot I wasn't even supposed to ask you.
Wow. Rude.
Yep. I just heal people. They don't have a say.
So, Galen, I have to wonder how many more of the bandages and whatnot do you have?
I have 2, but I
Okay,
am planning to buy a new one by the end of the day and have this stored maybe in my house as an emergency.
Well, 2 is the maximum you could use today anyway, including on yourself.
Yeah. So hopefully I won't have to use it up, but I was planning to buy another one at the end of the day, maybe 2, because I am going through them fast and I have a lot of money, so I kind of want to turn it into healing.
Okay. Alrighty, so you spend a couple of minutes healing everybody up. So what do you do?
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we should investigate this building we're standing
Yeah.
right next to. The one that, for
I
some
agree.
strange reason, has a bunch of dirt blocking the windows.
I'm already up.
All right.
Some locked doors here? Or are
They're
these
just
locked?
closed. So are there going to be people exploring downstairs? If
Yeah,
so,
I
I'll
would
do
like
that, and then
to
I'll move
open these
Oreo
doors.
up. All right, so what do you guys do?
I want to check in these rooms here.
All right, I'll move the doors. All right, you open the doors, and you see one room that looks like a fairly normal bedroom. You see there's a closed and locked chest. There's a dresser, And then you find another room that has paintings along the walls, including one on the ground, and it looks like there's some paintbrushes nearby.
I guess I'll search the paintings. Just like look underneath them and around them.
Okay, yeah, you move around. You see some wooden debris. You can see some ink spilled on the floor. But otherwise, they're fairly basic paintings. You suspect that whoever was doing them was doing them to learn.
I'll search under the bed as well.
Okay, you search under the bed, and you see a bunch of spider webs, some dust devils, and some wooden debris.
Oh, and this thing.
You find a box with a candle that is long gone out, sitting on top. And if you open the box, you see a box with some worn clothing. It looks like some sort of ceremonial robes, but you suspect the kind of robes you would wear at a university, rather than priestly robes or dark menacing robes or that kind of thing.
Okay.
Ragu, I see you went to the other room, so what are you doing in there?
I'm just going to check in the drawers and see if there's anything hiding in here or in the cabinet
Okay.
or chest.
I'll help him with that.
Okay, the chest is currently locked. You look in the drawers, and you find some raggedy clothing, and you find a couple of pieces of paper, but they're blank.
Is there anything hidden in the drawers, under the drawers?
Go ahead and make a perception check as you investigation check as you look around. All right, yeah, you're looking around the drawers, and yeah, it's all clothing and a couple scraps of paper, but that's all you find.
Okay. What about getting this chest open?
Yep. So what are you doing with the chest, Pico?
Is Oreo out here?
She apparently
Nope,
went
I'm
upstairs.
upstairs. I said
We'll
that
get
a
to
long
her in a
time
minute.
ago. Yep.
All right. Well, is the chest? I'm gonna go ahead and investigate the chest.
Okay. Yep. Perception or investigation.
I'll be helping.
Perception is if you're just looking at it. Investigation be if you're like feeling around and trying to be more on hand. So looking around the chest, and it looks like a fairly normal chest. The wood is kind of rotting in a couple of sections. The metal is a bit rusted, but otherwise it's perfectly normal.
I guess I'll try and open it. Is it locked?
It is locked.
Let me try and rectify that. I hope that works.
It did easily. You pick the lock, and you hear it click, and the chest can be opened.
All right, pop it open, see what we find here.
Okay, you pop open the chest, and inside you see a couple of metal tools. It looks like things like there's a couple of hammers and saws and that kind of thing. And you also see a leather bag that's currently tied shut.
Okay, grab that and take a look inside.
Okay, you open it up, and inside you find 43 silver and 8 copper.
All right.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move to Oreo here. Okay, Oreo, you find yourself upstairs. You see a room with a bunch of desks. You can see the floor in here is in particularly bad shape, and you can see that while there are papers and such on the desks, most of it seems to have been chewed on, of all things.
Can I make first a quick skim of the entire spot that I'm in to see if there's anything hidden I can pick at or just hidden stuff?
Okay, so yeah, you're spending a couple of minutes going through looking for hidden stuff. Go ahead and make a perception or investigation check. All right, so you're going through, and yeah, you're not really finding anything interesting around. Um, One thing you do find, though, and this you would have found anyway with your passive, is on one of the desks there is a piece of paper there that has some recent writing on it, and the writing is in Draconic,
Um,
or at least you think it's in Draconic.
right. Okay, so I'll hold on to that for a bit, and then I'll start making my way through the hallways. Just first, I want to hear, to see if there's any further sounds, just to be 100% sure there's nothing still alive up here.
Damn it, Oromar, where are you when we need you?
Fair enough. Yeah, you don't hear anything as you're going down the hallway.
Or
You see several doors closed. Actually, I take that back. They would actually be open at this point because the Kylon came out. So you see several open doors. And
oh. Okay, cool. So I'm going straight to the chest.
alrighty, you see several rooms that looks like basic bedrooms, and you find uh, a chest with a rusted lock.
Rusted lock?
Yes.
It's still locked though, right? So I have to do thieves tools for it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's what I'm gonna go straight to. Hold on, where is the? Oh,
Yep. You easily unlock it, and inside you see a bunch of clothes kind of stuffed in there, but you also find a small leather bag.
I'm taking the leather bag, but I'm not opening it yet. I'm going straight to the other chest.
Fair enough. Okay, this one is also locked.
Alright, another thieves tools. Oh,
You go to lock it, but unfortunately this one is rusted, and worse than the other one. And as you're trying to pick it, it looks like the lock just doesn't work anymore. It just looks like picking it's not going to work.
I go just running down the hall just to check if there's anything else.
Fair enough. You find
Hey,
another
the guys
chest.
took their time investigating the shit out of downstairs, so I'm taking my time upstairs.
Fair enough. You find another chest. It's
Yeah.
also locked.
Alrighty.
And this
Oh.
one, this one has a really fine quality lock, and it's not rusted. It's really nicely, really fine metal, and you think this one's beyond your skills.
I kick it and then I go to the next one.
Okay. You also find another lock.
Is it locked? Like
Yes,
locked?
it is. This one you pick with ease, and inside you see more clothing, a dagger, and another leather sack.
Okay, taking the dagger and the leather sack.
Okay.
And then just another quick run. Do I see another one?
You see a bookshelf, and then you saw another chest in that room up there.
Okay, so I'm doing it on that one. Is it locked?
It is.
Alrighty.
And you pick it easily. And inside you find a single healing potion. You don't know how old it is, but it's magic, so it should still work. As well as a bunch of clothes stuffed around it, presumably to keep it from breaking, and another leather sack.
Sweet.
Or
Okay, so
leather bag. They're pretty small.
alright. I'm being the person that I am, gonna just go back here while I'm waiting for them to finish up and likely come up here. Then I'm gonna check the leather bags and kind of put it all together.
Fair enough. So as
Oh.
you dig through them, you find a total of 67 silver, and what was that? 4d10 and 21 copper.
Perfect. I'm gonna say that it took that long for all that to happen, and then the guys come up or something.
Yep, I'm going to go back to them and leave you there for now. All right, so back downstairs. You hear a bunch of running around upstairs, and perhaps a curse or two. So what are you guys going to do? No battle.
That's weird.
Leave us go check.
Suspicious.
All right.
Hmm.
So okay, so you guys are gonna head upstairs. Looks like Ire and Galen, you have you've gotten into a large, potentially entertainment style room. You see some really nice furniture, or at least it was nice at one point in time. But unfortunately, you see wooden debris everywhere. The floor creaks as you step on it, and you see a couple of empty bookcases. And behind you, Devok, you see an open book with some notes scrawled in it. And that's about all you guys can see in there.
What's in the open book?
You're looking through it. It seems to be a list of assignments. There's names of things listed that seem to be various books or assignments, and then names of people next to them.
That's weird.
All right, so Ragu and Pico, I'm going to put you guys upstairs. You guys see Oreo standing there looking... Well, what are you doing, Oreo?
I just finished consolidating bags, and then I can sense that they're upstairs, so I just go ahead and flash them the paper that I saw earlier and said that somebody should read this probably.
Okay. All right, so you guys see the paper here. And do any of you speak Draconic? Or read Draconic more accurately?
Somebody in our party does, but not I.
All right, so yeah, it's
I
pretty
do.
distinctive, so you can tell what it is, but obviously you can't read it. And was that you, Ire?
Yeah, if he wants to come get me, I can
All right,
come up and help.
so I'm going to go ahead and move you as well. There you go. All right, so Ire shows up hearing his name, or hearing Draconic rather. And when they show you the paper, Ire, it seems to be somebody jotting around, like pondering. It isn't super coherent, but what you get out of it is somebody is looking into elven magic. It seems like they're looking for an elven structure, and they seem to think it's somewhat nearby.
Interesting. Like, is that vague? Just it's somewhere
that's,
near.
Yeah,
no?
that's it. It is pretty vague because, like I said, it's just somebody kind of pondering and writing things down. And you're looking around, and there's other papers around, but it looks like they're chewed up. And a lot of them are ashes, or at least mostly ash.
Why is someone writing a Draconic up here anyway? That's strange.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk down the hallway and have a glance through the doors.
Okay. You see, as you go down the hallway, you see several chests that are open. And you see, I think, 2 of them that are closed. And the 2 that are closed have locks on them. One of the locks you notice is a really fine lock. You can just kind of see it. There's no rust at all. And then the other closed chest is extremely rusted.
I'm going to bet that fine lock is a Murphy brand lock. I'm gonna call for Galen. Oh, he's right there. Hey, Galen, could you come over here and try and cast mending on this rusty lock?
Okay, that's in here. All right. Is that what you're doing, Galen?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you cast mending, and it seems like it repairs the lock enough that perhaps another attempt can be made.
Which I will try.
Go for it.
All right. You're able to unlock it at this point, and it clicks open, and inside you see a bunch of clothes stuffed in there. It looks like some uniforms. You see a small leather bag, and you also see a short sword.
All right, I'll go ahead and grab both of those. And then I'm going to go check out the chest with the really fine lock on it.
I think that was in here. All right, yeah. So you go and you look at the chest, and you're you think it's probably beyond your capability. There's maybe some chance of you being able to pick it, but it's very small.
All right. And I assume this is something that I'm kind of have to do solo or nothing.
Say that one more time.
I assume this is something I can't get help with, right?
No, you could get help with it. Oreo thinks it's beyond her ability, but that doesn't mean she can't help you and give you pointers.
What about my tinkering
Yes.
skills?
Actually, yeah. Would Ragu's tools help in this case?
Actually, Ragu, go ahead and give me a roll with your tinkerer's kit, probably with dexterity, and if you succeed, then that'll give them a bonus. Unfortunately, the lock is beyond you as well. You're trying to figure out what to do, and you don't find any seams or anything to work with. So unfortunately, yeah, you're not experienced enough yet.
All right.
All right. So, Oreo, I don't suppose you'd be able to help me fail to open this really fancy lock, would you?
I don't know, man. It looks pretty fancy. Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot. I help you out.
All right. Let me switch that over.
So you go and you're picking it, and for a moment you think you have it. Then you realized that it's one of the many defense mechanisms that you're able to successfully lock. You're basically you pick something, but it's actually a fake, and so you think this lock is also beyond your capabilities.
Wait a second. I think I have a key.
Hopefully, it's the key I'm thinking of.
Okay. All right, so if you're going to use your crowbar, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Do you help me out with this, good friend?
Of course.
So you're working together, you're really trying to pop this thing, and the chest is deceptively strong.
Fire!
Wow.
You're a big metal muscly guy. Why don't you come try and rank on this?
I don't know if
Actually,
I'd
now that I
say
think about
muscly,
it,
but
I thought the strength stuff worked by combining the abilities.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. So we'll take that 12 for Ragu. Pico, you can go ahead and roll your strength.
This will be pretty mediocre, but let's see. Wow.
Okay, the
very
results are
mediocre.
still the same. Okay, go continue. So Ire shows up. What are you doing, Ire?
Somebody say smash.
Yes, please. I'll help you.
All
Or
right, so
such a
both
late
of you
fee.
go ahead and give me your strength check then. You guys can add them together. So at 11 and whatever Ire gets. That would be a 23. So you go to smash it, and you're just not having any luck. This chest is really well built.
Maybe we
How heavy is it? Can we
give
pull
him
on?
the flail.
Can we pull it from the back and see the hinges? Can I take the hinges off from the back?
Okay, you pull it from the back. It is pretty heavy. So go ahead and give me a Tinkerer's Kit check. I'm assuming that's what you're using. All right, so you, using your Tinkerer's Kit, you managed to undo the hinges from the back. And you were able to open up the chest from the wrong side, but it is now open. And I need Ragu, Ire, and who's behind him? Pico, to give me a dex save.
That's what you get.
Okay, Ire fails, Ragu fails, and Pico succeeds. Pico, you manage to get out the door as the explosion occurs. And and Ragu and Ire both take 5 points of damage. Or sorry, 9 points of damage.
Gee.
It's a lot of damage.
And now you're looking at the charred remains inside the chest. You can see that there were 6 bottles in there, but they've all smashed to pieces.
Hmm.
Unfortunate.
Punches.
Was
Is
worth
there
it.
anything else not flammable in here?
Actually, you do find 2 daggers as well that did manage to survive. And Pico, from that sack you got earlier, you got 22 silver.
Well, I
Have
would
you guys already checked this
heal
out?
you
Yeah.
guys, but I can't use anything besides cure wounds on either of you.
I go over to Ragu and I give him the healing potion that I found in the other chest.
I'll be fine.
Ire's a
Thank
big-
you, thank you.
The light is on my
You
side.
won't be fine, dude. Look at you. You're about to die.
My gods watch over me.
That's.
Have faith in the light.
I like this. All right.
Well,
Oh,
just
yeah.
just so you know, even though healing potions don't work on them, magic does. So if you cast Cure Wounds on them, it will work.
Oh yeah. Well, let me
And
look at
you
cure
can
wounds really quickly.
take a rest. 10 minutes per hit die in order to heal hit die in the middle of the day as well.
How many are you down, Shane?
18, 16.
16.
Oh,
I
what
feel
kind of
like
healing
that warrants a
potions?
heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna cast cure wounds.
Okay.
Level 1. Sorry, I didn't click level 1. That was a bad roll.
Let's go.
Raise it by 1, because
Yep.
a 1 is technically a 2.
So you
I-
get 5
Thank
I'm
you,
points.
brother.
sad how useful that is becoming. Alright, well, there goes the
Oh,
spell
man,
slot.
there was a 1. Oh.
And as it turns out, Oreo got all of her learning by failure experience already.
No way.
No, I got 1.
So did
I got 2. I got 2 actually. Yeah.
so did Ragu there.
Yep, fair enough.
Is it just a standard 2d4 plus 2 healing potion you gave
Yeah.
me? Okay.
let's get
Yeah,
out
you
of
tried
here
to open the
before
chest
something else
twice,
blows
right?
up.
Yeah, I failed 3 times.
Let's take our leave.
Yeah, we should head out.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put you on the map.
No, we're not leaving yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess.
I guess we're
Finding
not
the
leaving.
All right. I mean, the chests were what immediately got my attention, but I am curious to see what else is up here.
Fair enough. And now that you start looking around at things other than chests, one of the things you figure out is that there were people staying here recently. You can see some discarded bits of trash that are clearly more recent than all the other damage. And it looks like there were probably 3 or 4 people staying here at one point.
3 or 4, that's interesting. I guess starting with this main room here, I want to search all of them for any interesting paperwork or anything, any clues that's going to particularly related to the Sword of Justice or whoever was here.
Fair enough. So yeah, you're going and looking around. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Anybody going to help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Brilliant.
All right, perfect. Ugh.
All right, yeah, you're looking around, and earlier you found that paper, or Oreo did, but you're not finding anything else beyond that that catches your eye.
Are those just tables or desks?
They're desks, and they had some paper on it, and Oreo already recovered the paper that was still useful.
Alrighty. Actually, do you guys got 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm going to start tooling up to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm casting it in ritual form, so that's going to take 10 minutes to get going.
Okay, fair enough. Did you take a level in Wizard, or has you got some other ability that allows you to cast rituals?
Well, I'm a druid, which has the ability to do rituals.
Okay, fair enough. So, yep, you were able to successfully detect magic, and you get low-level readings of magic everywhere. And if you were to look, it almost looks like tracks or movement. And it quickly becomes apparent that using detect magic, you can see Kylon that way. Although, as quickly as it's fading, it doesn't last very long.
Alrighty. Well, that's still valuable to know. Walking around up here and then downstairs, do I see anything above ground level that catches my eye?
No.
Alrighty.
Can we tell by the is the question is the tracks only seen by Pico, or can anybody else see them once he's already got that going?
No, he's the only one who has that detects magic spell, so only he can see it.
So then, out of character, would he know roughly, like, can he gauge how quickly it's fading versus versus the strength of the actual track?
Oh,
Like,
that should be easy because we know when the things were here because we just killed them. So I could just stick around to watch the fading and probably
that's
get a
what I mean.
really solid idea.
Yeah, that's my point.
So you
Oh.
get the impression that it fades in about half an hour.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Were the daggers or anything else here magical, glowing?
No, they weren't. They're just plain daggers. And the short sword was also a normal short sword. I should also mention that in the chest that blew up, you can see at the bottom you see some magical glow there as well, although it too is fading.
All right. So really the only clue we have is something about elven magic or an elven structure.
Not somewhere in
In
the
the
city,
area
out of the
somewhere.
city?
And by the area, the impression you're getting is, within the area of the city, not as in this, not necessarily in this particular district, but in at least a close by district.
Mm. Okay, so it's in the city.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move you back to the map while you guys think about what to do next.
Oh, actually, as long as that's up, I'm going to walk around the building and make sure we didn't miss any Kylon.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Fair enough. You do so, and you do not see any Kylon.
Okay.
If you were an elf, where would you build your ancient things? So we gotta think about this.
That's a good question.
Think like an elf.
Yeah.
I would think.
Get in their heads.
I would think underground. Otherwise, it would have been.
I was thinking like a dwarf.
I think underground. Otherwise, it would have been found by the city by now. Somebody would go,
He
"Oh,
has a
look
good
at this
point.
elvish building right here, out on the road."
Hmm.
I mean, if
Well,
it's
I mean,
in the
there
city,
You
that
could be
means
hiding
yes.
in plain sight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could just be hiding in plain sight. We should ask around. Let's ask around this district because, like, I know Jeremy said it's possibly not in this district, but if they were looking for the Elven thing, why would they not go to the district they thought it was in?
Yeah. So, okay, are we assuming it's like it was built long ago, or
Yeah, wait,
is
was
it?
it ancient or is it new? What
Yeah,
did the
yeah.
text say again?
It was basically very vague as an elven structure and related to elven magic, but it doesn't say anything about age.
So it's
Hmm.
just an Elven structure nearby. Looking.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you guys do remember from the or you might not remember, but I gave it as part of the recap. The guild did let you know that Delore spotted Janice, and that
Yep.
Delore was under house arrest.
Yeah,
Wait,
should we
did he
go-
manage to spot her while he was in house arrest?
You're probably you would probably assume that he spotted her before he got put under house arrest.
Oh, okay, got it. I was gonna say, type of weird.
Impressive.
shit
He's
does
like,
work.
yeah, he's looking out his windows with
He's got his
binoculars.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's kind of late right now, right? What time is it?
It's
Nighttime?
about noon.
Oh,
not
it's
at all.
noon. No, no, I'm just crazy.
Well, that's probably Dolores' bedtime.
Yeah, it's true. He is kind of Well, we can go pay him a visit. See what he has to say.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move you over there then. Oops, I forgot to switch me.
Liz still.
Come on. There we go. All right, so you wind up heading to Delore's home. Let me put Delore in there, since he would be there.
Oh yeah,
So-
God, he's so handsome.
As you show up, his door is currently closed, but you can, you see like before, the place is full of people. There's people kind of sitting around talking and getting water from the well, etc. And as you arrive, I'm going to go ahead and move you temporarily. As you arrive, you see it looks like the landlord, or at least the person who takes the rent. You see him pounding on the door. Delore, I know you're in there. And then you see Delore open the door. It's like, what do you want? The city already gave you the money. And the landlord looks at him. It's like, as soon as possible, I want you out of here. People like you shouldn't. I don't want here. He's like, there's nothing I can do. They told me to stay. I can't leave. And then the landlord just kind of spins around and walks away in a huff. So what do you do?
Knock knock.
You have
It's not the
visitors.
landlord.
Delore looks at the group and he says, "Oh, it's you guys. I don't have much, but come on in." And he backs up.
It's okay. All we
Thanks,
need is
bro.
your brain. Your...
How you doing?
How do you think I'm doing? Well, I'm alive at least.
Yeah, you're alive.
Yeah, it could be worse.
It could be a lot
It could be.
worse.
And my understanding is it was thanks to you guys that I'm not in a cell right now. So there's that. Of course, if it wasn't for you guys, I might not be caught as well. So I don't know.
Probably
Anyway,
eaten
what
by
do you need?
Kylon, but pluses
Yeah,
and minuses.
but if
Mhm.
not for us, the Kylon infestation might be getting worse, and people might have bigger things to worry about. So
Yeah,
Same.
that's.
silver linings, all that nonsense.
And he hangs his head and he looks up. Look, I swear I didn't know about the Kylon. Okay.
We're
Now,
not here
you
to.
don't
We're not
have
here
to
to.
convince me. We know that. I mean, the fact that you reported it to your friend Mir when it would have been easy to just stay quiet about it, I mean, that speaks volumes right there. Um, but, we do have plenty of reason to believe that you are used. And if you have any information about Janice, we'd love to hear it.
Oh, that's why you're here. I did mention this. Okay. Well, right before they caught me, I I was there's a common district, not too far away, and I was on Bortree Street. And on Bortree Street, there's this little park. It's too shabby to call a park, but there's trees and stuff, and there's a well, and a lot of people go there. They get their water. Um, I guess the well's interesting because of how deep it is. Whatever. But anyway, I saw Janice there near the well, and she was talking to this guy, and well, it's the guy who, Anyway, he was wearing his dark robes and everything, and they were talking, and I was walking up to ask her about what's going on, and next thing you know, I'm waking up on the ground in the park, and they're gone, and suddenly there are people who are saying they're arresting me.
Hmm. That's strange.
And that's really
Did you
it.
notice anything? Did you notice anything about what she or the other man were wearing, or anything notable that they had on them besides the dark robes?
Well, I did notice that the man in dark robes had this scabbard. This really nice scabbard for it looks like a long dagger. But the scabbard was like it was this dark tan, or sorry, dark leather, and it had these purplish, dark purplish gems on it, and then they had that really fine looking handle, and it looked like a ceremonial blade.
So,
Okay.
as far as Janice goes, she was wearing her a red dress at the time, and some awfully nice earrings. I never got her those earrings, and
Hmm.
and her parents run a farm, so I don't know where they got the money from.
So you did give her a lot of money, didn't you? Didn't you say you gave her a
I
lot of money?
did, but she said she needed it, and I don't,
Seemingly so. Seemingly so.
so I don't know what's going on. And I was going to ask,
Uh
but
huh.
then I, then a lot of other stuff happened, and now I'm stuck here.
I have a technical question. I don't know if this might be stupid, but is there a technical? You said it was a long dagger. I'm just confused as if there's a difference between a long dagger and a short sword, or am I just crazy?
I
It's
think by long dagger he means it's like a sacrificial knife dagger, not like a
Okay,
steely dagger,
so
you know.
maybe
So
like
Yeah,
okay.
long
mechanically in
one.
D&D it would act like a normal dagger, but
Okay.
it would basically be a bit longer than a normal dagger, but not as long as a short sword.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so it seems like we should go there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take you. Well, before I do that, so Dolores, basically leaning against the dresser, is like,
Mhm.
well, anything you guys want else?
Uh,
If not,
mm,
I should probably. Well, he kind of hangs. I kind of want to be alone.
all right.
That's
You know,
understandable.
do you remember where my house was? If you need any help, you can
He's
come and
on
ask
house
me for
arrest,
it. Well,
man.
I know
Yeah,
afterwards.
we might be able to get him relocated.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He
saying. It
looks
sounds
at
like
you.
you
He's
might have
like,
some problems with the house.
honestly, I have no idea. It's just all a blur.
Well,
You know, Dolores.
you know where I live. You can come by whenever you want.
Many
Uh,
fall in the face of chaos, but not you. Not today.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
well,
we'll
dang,
see
that
if we can get you
inspiration flowed.
relocated. I'm gonna talk to the landlord, or we'll talk to the landlord to express that intent. Hopefully, that'll keep him off your back long enough that we can get that taken care of.
okay. I mean, he was paid. Once this house arrest thing is done, then yeah, then I'll do something. I'll leave.
Well, in the meantime, I just want to make sure he's not pounding on your door.
All right. All right. So what do you do?
Let's go talk to the landlord.
All
Yeah.
right. He's currently standing by the well. He seems to be just kind of his hands are on the side, and he's just kind of looking at the water.
All right, I'll walk up.
He
I'll
looks
say,
over and he says, "Well, I see you found a lore."
yeah, and I see you got your money.
I did.
All right, so why you pounded on his door then?
Because I'm frustrated.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Well,
What's
word's gotten
happening?
around that he's
Oh,
here and that he's a criminal and that it's something to do with the security of the city, although nobody's coming out and saying what the exact issue is. And, well, let's just say that there's a couple of tenants who decided that they'd rather live somewhere else.
hmm,
We're going to work on trying to get him relocated. Hopefully, that'll
yeah,
happen sooner rather than later.
yeah.
In the meantime, the best thing's probably not to make too much of a scene. If anybody asks, tell them that the eviction is in the works, and hopefully they'll leave everything alone.
All right. Yeah, I should leave him alone. But I was just really frustrated. Just, but yeah, I'm over it.
I completely understand.
All right. Well, best of luck to you.
All right then. Well, I don't know if you had anything to do with it, but thanks for if you did, thanks for make sure I got my money.
Of course. Let's just pretend like we did that, guys.
Well, actually, we did.
Did you? Oh,
Not quite the way we expected, but I mean, we did essentially turn Delore in. So, and we did try to make arrangements to have the. Oh yeah, you missed that part. We made arrangements to have try to make arrangements to have it go as easy on him as possible. So
Mhm.
apparently, some of that involved just putting him on house arrest instead of in prison, which meant that they had to pay off his bills to placate the landlord.
Mhm. All right. Well, then yeah, that's what we did.
He nods. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and
Let's
move you
head to
back to
that.
the map.
Let's head to that street. He said,
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and put a flag there.
Okay.
There it is, so you can
Okay.
see.
I feel like we're dealing with some like thieves guild in the well type stuff. You guys see what I'm saying, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Because like when he mentioned the first thing I thought when he said the well is known for being really deep is like there's got to be a secret entrance at the bottom of that thing.
Okay.
All right. So I'm assuming
Just
you're heading to that area now.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, let me find it. There it is. And I forgot to put your characters in there, so I'm going to do that now real quick. One, two, three, four, five. Who did I forget? Ire.
Me smile.
All right, so can everybody see the map?
Yes.
All right, so you find yourself on a in the basically one of the common districts. You can see some mostly decent looking houses, although there's still a couple in bad shape here and there. And you can see this often used road that you've been traveling down in order to reach the well. And you see this kind of open area in between the buildings where there's a fairly large well in the center, and you see several benches, paths, and some trees and bushes. So really is like a little park in the middle of the common district. So what do you do?
Well,
Let's look at that well.
Indeed, yes.
So
Or
you
wait,
look.
before we mark up the tracks, did you want to look at if they
I'm
potentially went somewhere?
definitely interested in following the tracks. I guess by this point I'd be fairly familiar with Janice's footsteps since I've been looking at him enough times. Um,
That's fair. Right now, this place is fairly empty, but it is clear that at certain times of day, there's lots of people here. So the tracks might have been covered up, etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and make you make a survival check.
hmm Anybody able to help me with that?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking for Janice's tracks, and you're looking for Kylon tracks, I assume. And you actually find both. They seem to be at various points around the well. And then they leave toward the street, and then they vanish.
Well, I think Galen's theory is turning out to be accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there a bucket and rope attached to this well here?
Yeah,
The thing.
yeah, and it seems to be well in use. You know, the stone is wet. There's stains in the ground. It's pretty clear that people get water from this daily.
Hmm. Out of curiosity, you said the tracks disappear when they get near the roadway, right?
Yes.
I want to hunt around, see if I see any crystal residue.
Okay. You're looking around and you do not find any crystal residue.
Alrighty.
But you do notice human footprints along with the Kylon footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Kylon footprints, they are fading as they go to the street, meaning they were from the street most recently to the well.
That's a good. That's a good theory. That fits.
Oh, sorry, I guess I missed some. I got the impression that the tracks were leading from the well. Did they actually go both directions?
Um, well, my actually they seem to, as far as you can tell, they seem to be coming from the street toward the well. It's just that you were following them the other direction.
I've heard enough.
Oh, okay.
Lower me in, boys. I'm going down.
All
All right.
right.
Is
Do we
somebody
want to
lowering
send you
him in?
down on the rope? Do you want to send you down on the rope or someone a little lighter?
Are you calling me fat?
I
No.
think just saying the same first time we sent Char down a well.
Oh, Char?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
good.
that's fair. Send the owl down.
All right. I make sure the bucket is emptied and dry, and Char jumps in there, and you guys wheel him down. I will describe everything he sees.
Okay. So you wheel him down, and it is a very deep well. It's about 15 feet down to the water, and about halfway through, you notice, or Char notices this opening in the stonework because it's stone all the way down. But there's this opening, roughly circular, that it looks like a humanoid could actually fit, although it would be a tight fit.
I go ahead and describe that. Yes, we have a a side cave in the well.
I knew it, bro.
What can he see down the side cave with his owl night vision?
So he's looking down, and he sees he can't see it directly without flying in, but he can see the shadows moving, and he definitely gets the sense that there's motion inside. And the other thing he notices is that the passage leads to a decent sized chamber, and it looks like there might be something wood in the chamber, perhaps a box or something. And it looks like at the end of the chamber there might be a thick door.
I think maybe I'm seeing a door at the end, and there are definitely things moving around in there. I think I see a chest. I'm not going to have Char fly down there because the moving things might get him, you know? We'll have to
Right.
go down
Mhm.
ourselves.
Maybe you should bring Char back up. It might be worth descending into this, but before we do, I think everybody should look around and see if we spot anybody suspicious looking our direction.
Oh, you're watching us go
Mhm.
into the well. Smart man.
Fair enough. Yep, whoever is going to look around can go ahead and make a perception check.
I vote everybody, even if your
Yep.
perception's not good. Just
Alternatively, we could
Char will help me.
wait around until we see someone else like hiding, and wait until we see someone else going in or
somebody
out.
else go in and we can gank them.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of good rolls there,
All pretty much the same two rolls.
Yeah, 18
except
to
for
the
Pico.
19. Yeah, silly Pico.
All right. So yeah, you guys spend some time looking around, and one thing you notice is that there is somebody in one of the buildings who, with people walking around and everything, he looks out, um, perhaps to see what's going on, and he looks at everybody, and you notice that his vision just kind of skips over the well. It's as if almost like he doesn't want to look at it. But otherwise, nobody else seems to be around.
And is
Those
that a
guys-
single occupancy house?
Yeah, so there's definitely more people in the house than him likely, but he's the only one that you see.
Yeah, the only dwelling, I mean.
Yeah.
That doesn't really sound too suspicious to me. I think that's more likely he's being like paid off to not talk about hearing or seeing
Hmm.
the well.
Well,
Yeah, but should we ask anyway?
he seems to know enough. We probably want to know what he knows.
That's fair. Let's go grab him.
Yep.
All right, so you walk up to the house. There's a door over here. He was basically looking out the window over here. So you're at the door. What do you do? It's
Anybody
currently
coming with?
closed.
I knock.
Okay,
Knock,
you
knock,
knock on the
knock.
door, and the people who are still looking, you notice that the drapes suddenly close over here, and then you hear some footsteps, and
Can
then,
I can
sorry, go
I
ahead.
check just can I check around the house to make sure there's no other kind of exit?
There's a back door,
I'm just
and
stay
there's a
put by
couple of
that door.
windows that are currently that you can't see in because they're currently drapes on the other side. And Oreo, you notice that the door right next to you suddenly opens, and you see somebody emerge. So what do you do?
I grapple or at least try to hold
Oh,
them
you're
and
just gonna grab him?
yep,
No questions asked? I
yep.
like it.
Yep, go ahead and I guess make a strength check.
And I make a really loud whistle so the guys in the front can hear me. Um, uh,
Athletics will work.
athletics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you manage to grapple him, just barely, but you do manage it. And it's like, what do you want? And he looks at you. Oh, you're one of those things. Let me go, please.
She kind of
Wow.
twitches, kind of a little angry, but she's hoping the guys are coming right now.
All
Oh
right, so
yeah,
what are you
I'll,
guys
I'll come
doing?
around.
All right. You see Oreo holding this fairly skinny, tall man. He's definitely not clean shaven, but he doesn't have a beard. He's got yellow hair and brown eyes and three scars on one of his cheeks that are closely spaced together, almost like a claw. And
Oh,
he's looking at Oreo, and it's like, "Let me go, please."
hi there. I knocked on your door. Seems like you came out the wrong one, but that happens.
Yeah, I have somewhere to go.
That's okay. You can stay and talk with us for a little
Oh
bit.
no, I think you made it.
What?
But
You're
yeah, you. This is what we are your appointment right now. We just want to talk.
What do you want?
Should we go in? Shall we go
Well,
inside and talk?
No,
no,
there are other
no,
people living there.
we're not gonna go into his house. Let's just talk to him here. Um, we
Well,
wanted
if
to
there are
know.
other people in the house, maybe we should just talk to them as well.
I mean,
well.
maybe.
Let's let him talk alone first, because
Right.
just in case nobody else knows what he saw or is paid to not see or what have you.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk to you about that well over there. We noticed it's very deep.
Yes, it's a
Maybe you
deep
have more
well.
information. Maybe you know more though.
It has water in it.
That's really cool. But if you don't want to talk to me, you're gonna have to talk to my friend Oreo who's holding.
And my claws are starting to flex on his flesh little by little. So
All right, Galen,
But
go ahead.
I want you to talk to me.
Galen, go ahead and make a persuasion check, but you have advantage.
Yeah, thank you, Oreo. Very kind of you. Let me throw an advantage.
And that's he noticeably relaxes in your grip, Oreo. Says, "Fine, it's not much. It's just I saw a man and a woman there. The man was wearing these dark clothes, and I was suspicious, and I told them to get out of the neighborhood. I don't want people like him here, and her. There's something about her." Anyway, then things happened, and let's just say that I was paid to make sure that nobody here knows anything.
Well, whatever they paid, sure it won't be worth your life.
And that's
That
what,
is a
and yes, so I've seen that I've seen that man and that woman go down in the well of all things, and I've seen them come back up, and I think I saw another person with them once. Um, and there's not much else I know. It's just I'm supposed to say that I don't know of anybody going in and out of the well.
Got it. How much did they
Well,
pay you, out of curiosity?
They paid me 50 silver.
All
well,
right.
our goal is to make sure that you don't have to worry about them in the future. When was the last time you saw them go down the well?
do they
Oh,
have a regular schedule?
days ago.
Uh, do you ever see them coming back up?
I saw them going down and up a couple of times, but I haven't. They came up and left, as far as I can tell, days ago, and they haven't been back.
And you mentioned a third person. Could you describe this third person?
Well, one was the tall guy in the dark clothing. Another was a girl. I can't be much older than 18. The third person was a short, kind of stout guy, but also wearing those weird dark clothes. And one of them had it looked like they were wearing a necklace or something, and it was like this silver medallion, and it had like a sword on it.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, that confirms our suspicion. Uh, cool. Are there any other questions that you guys have? We'll be done with them.
No.
What gave you your scars, sir?
Oh.
He reaches to his. Oh, actually, he can't, but he tries to reach toward his face. And it says, let's just say he looks at Pico and Oreo angrily, or tries to look at Oreo, and it's like these things. They recently, a whole bunch of them came to the city, and well, it wasn't that recent. I mean, months, but anyway, it's kind of recent. Anyway, and let's just say they didn't like the way I talked to them or something, and one of them showed their displeasure.
Got it. Well, I think we're done with you, so you can go to your next appointment.
And given that you were paid to not see anything, it'd probably be wise if this was included in that. You really don't want those people to get away with what they're doing, and the less obstacles in our way, the better it is for everyone in the city.
He looks at you guys, and he seems to pay particular attention to your weapons, and he says, "Well, I just remembered that appointment I had was canceled," and then he goes back into his house.
All right. Cool.
And
Good
he
talk.
slams the door.
Yep. That's that. I don't think we need to talk with anybody else in the house. I'm ready to descend if somebody will lower me.
I think
Gee,
it sounds like we probably all want to descend.
Yeah, but
Okay.
somebody's gonna have to lower us in, and then somebody's gonna have to somehow
I can
get
I
in
can
by
stay up.
Ragu, how far down did the bird say, or did you find out that it was the well?
yeah, about how far down to the break?
That was about halfway, and the water was 15 feet down.
Yeah.
So like seven.
So 7 feet? Oh, actually, that's not a problem at all. Why don't we just go ahead and grab a
Hop
bar
in.
and yeah, I was gonna say grab a bar, pop the gear. That way it's stuck. It won't turn or spin, and then we can just climb down 7 feet and climb back up. That way we can all go without needing somebody to crank.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Does
We don't
anybody
even
have
need
a
to jam the crank up. Here, let's just use my rope and grappling hook.
Yeah.
Okay,
that-
so yeah, you guys make your way down. You should see the other map now.
Is it dark down here? Would I need to have a torch out? Because if so, I will light a torch.
There is light coming in from up above, so at least right now it's probably okay.
Okay, cool.
And as you're lowering yourself down, you notice that there's definitely a Kylon young, right? At least two Kylon young, right in your vision.
Young or not the hatchling? Or which one is? Oh, hatchlings are.
There was one young on this side, and then there's a second young here, and then there's another one in the far end.
Yeah, although
Got it.
technically you weren't supposed to be able to see that one, so I actually moved them up slightly.
Well, I'll pretend I can see them.
And currently, I am going to roll perception on them to see if they noticed you guys coming down. Yeah, 2d20. And they got, oh yeah, they got plenty. So yes, so as you come down, I'm going to have you roll initiative.
By the way, I used Mage Hand to retrieve my grappling hook, so my rope's not actually hanging there.
Oh, so, okay. I'm not sure I cleared everybody. So Devok rolled, Ire rolled, Char rolled.
Wait a second. Yeah, hold on. I need to move because Char and Ragu. I don't know. We were on the same.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
what I'm looking for. Ragu. Okay.
So Pico rolled a 10. That's fine. So it's Pico, and here again. Okay. Ragu, what'd you roll?
19 should be up in there now.
Yeah, so let me get rid of that one. Ire, you rolled a 9, so let me delete that. Devok rolled a 3. Oreo, did you roll yet?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Okay, you got a 5. All right.
You can get rid of Char. He goes on my turn.
Oh, I didn't roll yet. Sorry, I thought I did. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So who's repeated? Yeah, sorry, I didn't clear this last time like I should have. Devok's repeated. Okay, great. Okay, so that's all sorted. Now I can roll for them. All right, descending. All right, so you wind up coming down, and you see the Kylon Young at pretty much the time they see you. You guys are all huddled together. So to make it easy, I'll just say that because normally you're supposed to end in your own hex. If you're in the hex you're currently in, if you don't leave the bucket, essentially, then you can stay there. But once you move, you got to wind up ending in your own hex. So, Galen, what do you do?
These guys are kind of immune to fire, right?
They're resistant to fire.
Yeah.
I forget whether the young or the have more resistances. Is there something in the?
Yeah, he gave us a sheet from like first session or something that had the.
Don't make them cold.
I think I'd still rather use firebolt on them because I don't want to run up on them just yet. So
Okay.
I'll just shoot. I'll shoot this one
Okay. Fair enough.
with the
Go for it.
firebolt. Yeah, give me a second.
That hits, obviously.
I
I think I'll round it up
Yeah.
in this case, so you do 1 point of damage.
Yeah, wait, that shouldn't even be right. Oh no, that's right.
Yeah, because it's a D10. Is that the end of your turn, Galen?
Yeah. I thought it had. I thought didn't the damage have modifier? Yeah, it'll be the end of my turn. I'm just gonna look
Okay.
up something.
All right, Ragu. One of the young has been hit, barely. So what are you going to do?
Let us go. Whipping out. Yep. I'm gonna attack this guy. Gonna bolt straight for him. I cannot see Char. Oh, there he is. Okay. Got him. All right. I'm going to come running right through this little passage as quick as I can. Char will be on my shoulder as soon as I get out to this wider spot. Char will fly over this way and then down into this corner.
Okay, this passage is fairly thin, so I would say it's probably difficult terrain, but you should have enough movement to make it anyway. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. And then I will attack. Core.
Yep, go ahead. Yeah, that hits. There, you slash them for 9 points of damage with your falchion, greatly wounding the creature. Is that the end of your turn?
And then a punch to the face. Oh, wait,
All right.
that should only be the first one. Sorry.
That's fine, but it hits.
Yes.
Is that 6 points?
That is 6 points.
So it explodes. So go ahead and make
your dex.
Yep, you make your dex save. There it is.
Yep.
Alrighty, so it looks like you made it, just barely, but you did make it. Is that the end of your turn?
That is.
Okay. Alright, Kylon 2, seeing you there, is going to step up, and it's going to attempt to claw you. With a 15, I believe that hits.
It does not.
Is your AC went up?
My shiny new buckler gives me an AC of 16.
Fair enough, so it does not hit. I will have to update that because of your shiny new buckler.
You said an AC of 16? Wasn't your AC already 15 without it?
It was 15, and a 15 attack roll hits an AC of 15.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought a buckler would give an AC of 2.
No, a normal shield would give you an AC a +2, but this is a small shield, which allows him to still cast, but it gives him half the AC because it's a small shield.
Yeah, it's a +1 instead of a +2, but my fingers are open to spell.
Yep. All right, so right next to you, a Kylon jumps out of hiding to claw you, and because he is attacking from hiding, he gains advantage.
Rat skunk.
And he gets a critical hit. Not doing much with it, but it's still 6 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, Pico. You see Ragu in the midst of fighting, and you see that there was a Kylon hiding behind the barrels that jumped out at him. What are you going to do?
Did.
Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and...
Dave, you're muted.
All right. Well, I guess I am going to move over here. I'm going to go ahead and attack this Kylon right next to me.
Okay, go for it. That's a hit. All right, so you slash him for 6 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, I'll attack with the offhand as well.
Okay, another hit for another point of damage, and he is just over half health. Is that the end of your turn?
Actually, no. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my way down the passage and park right here. And everybody
Okay, I'll put you right there then. All right. All right. There, he saw Pico run in and attack something out of sight. What are you going to do?
let
Going in.
everybody know there's 3 Kylon in the room. At least. There's probably more in the junk.
Right, gonna position myself right in the middle of everything.
Okay.
and take a swing at young number 1 with my flail.
Fair enough. Go for it. And that's a hit. And you bash him for 7 points of damage, nearly killing him.
Well, that's my turn.
All right. All right. Kylon 1, having been bashed by you, is deciding to go right after you. So he is attempting to claw you. He should not have advantage, but regardless, he misses. All right. This will be round 2. No, it shouldn't be round 2. My bad. I had this messed up.
Round Devok gets to go.
All right. Anyway, so Kylon, he's just going to wait. All right, Oreo, you saw Ire rush in and attack something, and Ragu is hurt. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna hit the one that Ira just hit with rapier.
Okay, go for it. You go to stab him, but he's already on the move, and you miss.
Okay, offhand.
Okay. And you miss again.
Okay. And that will be.
Sorry, did you say something? You're really late.
Yeah, no, sorry, no, I'm thinking. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. All right, Devok, you can see that Oreo is also rushed in to attack. What are you going to do?
I will rush in to attack.
Okay.
Can I be right here?
You can go. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can be there. That's fine.
Okay. I will. Let me see. I guess. Actually, does this have to? 1 second.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I'm just thinking out loud. I guess I'll use corruption.
That sounds like a nice spell.
Yeah.
Sounds like a perfect spell.
Okay, so minus
And
2 attack penalty. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have it hit young 2 and 4. Unfortunately, Ragu, you might be in range of it too.
Yeah, if it hits hitting
But-
2 and 4, then it's definitely going to hit Ragu.
Well, I could just make it hit one of them though, but I don't know if that's worth it.
What is it? Just a -2 attack penalty?
Yeah.
To everyone in the area.
He could just
Alright.
probably move out then, right, on his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'll just.
Right,
keep
where
it
would I
that.
need to go to get out of it? Would it like right here?
Yeah, actually. That'd be perfect.
Okay. Okay, so you cast a spell. Is that the end of your turn? Devok?
Yes.
All right. So now it's round 2. All right. Galen, you can see the room is rather crowded now. And Ragu has been hurt, but is hanging in there. What are you going to do?
I'm sorry, I was drinking some water. I'm gonna move up. I think I want to do a shocking grasp. So 1, 2, 3.
So the way it works is at the end of your turn, you have to be in your own hex, but you
Or-
can
yeah.
overlap one of the other characters, attack, and then continue to move.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then I will probably attack here. I'm gonna blow this guy up,
Okay, go for it.
or I'm gonna try to. Let's use shocking grasp for that.
That definitely works. So go ahead and, well, you don't have to roll damage. He explodes. So anybody within a 2 hex radius of him Go ahead and make your deck save.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it looks like. Oh wow! Anybody who failed got 12 points of damage.
This is
That's
a good.
lot.
This actually, I just realized now
More
that
than-
I forgot when we were doing the level up, I was gonna roll in front of you guys, because I don't know, that's how I did it previously. So let's do that to see if I die.
Oh, for your hit points, yes. So
Yeah.
roll 2 of your hit die and take the higher.
Okay. I think my hit die is a D6. Let me double check. I'll just click hit dice and see what happens.
Yep,
So
and
that's
roll
a
it,
plus
roll it
9.
again.
That's a bad look.
That's
No
not
bad luck.
great. That's not great.
Oh, the snake eyes! No way!
All right, you
That's
gain
it.
3 hit points.
That's
Wow.
pretty sick. Wait,
So
I'm not
bad.
even supposed to have my constitution bonus, am I? Is that
No,
just
you
a
are.
plus 1?
You are when you level up. So that's
Man,
correct.
that was tragic.
That's
Oh my
that's
So you have 11 hit points total. So you can
that's
update that,
unfortunate.
and you are currently at 0.
This is indeed
so bad.
unfortunate. Wow, that's really not something I wanted to fail on.
Ouch.
All right.
All right, so
Well,
here we
you
go.
know,
I'll just put you at 0,
this will
and
be
Sometimes.
he's not
apparently.
dead, but he is definitely down. Is that?
Does-
Oh, and he's gone. All right, that's obviously the end of your turn. So Ragu, you saw Galen rush up, grasp one of the creatures, successfully killing it, and then dying in the explosion.
Ouch.
A little too much power in my palms. Sorry, boys.
A bit.
He is a brave lad, Squishy.
Yeah.
And it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. I'm gonna have to move to attack when I'm not disengaging. Screw it, Devok. I'm helping you out.
I can
Well,
stabilize
remember
him
they do have
momentarily.
a -2 penalty, so that's equivalent
Yeah.
to getting a little extra AC.
I move to here, so I'm not in that -2 penalty. Also incurring a
Yeah,
attack of opportunity
I
from
am going
Kylon
to
4
roll it now. Oops,
at
not ranged. My
-2.
bad. So that, well, it's still a critical hit. So yeah, that definitely hits. So you take 10 points of damage as you go to disengage.
Okay, do I get to do anything else?
I
Is that
don't
it?
think so. I think you're down actually, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I'm at 0.
So I'm gonna say that he struck as you were moving, so you fall against the barrels, and so you're still in that hex up there.
Okay.
Wait, what were your hit points at?
10.
I was at exactly 10, but all I had to do was move, and I was going to use my what you call it ability, second wind, but I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, because they unfortunately got a critical hit on him. All right, Young 2, seeing Ragu is down, is going to step forward, and he's going to attack Devok.
Oh wait, I forgot I had this, but using my fighting style of protection, I use my reaction to shove Kylon Young to as he's attacking and impose a disadvantage on him.
Okay, I will roll for Kylon. Yeah. Oh, are you doing this on 2, or are you saying are
Or
you
whoever's
actually doing it
attacking
on
right now.
4, the one that attacked Ragu?
Whichever one's attacking, I don't remember which one's
Because
attacking.
what happened was Ragu moved away,
You might
and
be
he
able
got
to
an
keep
attack
me
of
alive.
opportunity, and that knocked Ragu down to 0. And then Kylon 2 is going on its turn to attack Devok. So which one are you doing it on?
Yeah, well, if I have the if you'd allow it, I'd love to use it on the one that attacked Ragu, but
Yep, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's a
I think
reaction, so there's no reason you can't do a reaction on a
yeah,
reaction.
okay.
So I'm going to roll for him again, so that puts him at disadvantage. and a 19 would still hit, unfortunately, but it's not a critical hit
But it doesn't
anymore.
get crit damage. Yeah.
So you have 4 hit points, Ragu.
Slit.
So you're full hit, 4 hit points. You're not down, and so we have to rewind to what you were doing. So you take the rest of your turn.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right. I step up there. Char is going to fly straight between 4 and Devok, giving him any extra protection he needs, up to Kylon 2 here, and then that way. And I am going to attack with my sword for my first.
Cool.
16 or 20.
Oh yeah, that hits. Go ahead. Roll damage. All right, so you
8
slash him
points.
for 8 points of damage. And now that
And
you're
from-
attacking him, this means that he's not going to go after Devok, and so that 20 wouldn't hit because
Right.
obviously he didn't do it. So is that the end of your turn?
No, my bonus action is using my second
Second
wind.
win.
Okay, go for it. It's a roll, right?
Yeah, it's I don't actually have a roll button for it. Hold on. I'll just slash R.
Oh yeah, just do the slash R. And so, okay, cool. All right, so Kylon 2 now instead of attacking Devok, will obviously attack you because you're in melee range. Before we do this damage, it's the other direction. Slash the other direction. So slash.
The one on the question mark key.
Sorry. That didn't work.
So it should look like that, but without the quotes.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work. But okay, here, let me.
That's because you typed 1d10 plus 1, and that was it.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go.
So go ahead and add
Okay.
those hit points because you're going to need them because you got hit, and you took 6 points of damage. So essentially, you gained 3 hit points. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
9.
All right. Kylon 4, standing right next to Devok, is obviously going to attack Devok. And a 10 is not doing the job. So Devok, you think there might be something attacking you, but you're not sure.
Also, it's technically an 8. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's true, but that 17 was still what it hit, so that's fine. All right, Pico, you saw Galen go down, and for a moment you swear you saw Ragu go down, but it must be your imagination because he's right there. So what are you gonna do?
All right. Let's see. There's only 2 more Kylon here. Well, let's go ahead and. Uh-oh. Okay, run into the room. I am going to attack Kylon 2.
Okay. That hits. All right, so you slash him for 5 points of damage, nearly killing him.
I guess I'll risk setting off the explosion.
All right, that hits as well, and he explodes. So anybody within 2 hexes of him, go ahead and make your dex check. And anybody who fails gets 9 damage.
How many hexes was that?
You're
2.
far enough away.
Okay. Just checking.
It's 10. It's a DC 10, right?
It is a
Yeah.
DC 10, so if you get a 10 or better,
Mhm.
you're good.
Oh.
So Ragu failed, unfortunately, but Devok and Ire succeeded, and we don't know about Pico yet.
Mm,
Or did I miss it?
you missed it. I rolled it pretty
Oh,
quick.
okay, you
and
rolled a
missed.
6. All right, so Pico failed as well.
And let's see. I forget. Does offhand attack? That's a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. That should be pretty much it for me.
Okay, Okay. And Ragu, you're at 0. You don't have to worry about the negative unless it goes down to like negative 18. Then you have to worry about it. But until then, you don't have to track it.
Would be nice to see Kylon Young 2 disappear.
All right, Pico, is that the end of your turn?
It's not the end of my turn until Kylon Young 2 disappears.
Okay, I take that as a yes.
Wow.
So, Ire, you see that Galen is down nearby. You see Kylon 2 is nearly dead. What are you going to
Well,
do?
wait, then how did it explode?
Oh, you're right. You're
Kylon-
right. You
yeah.
see Kylon 2 is dead.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
However, you get the feeling that you might not be alone. What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm assuming I can see this guy behind
You can.
these two.
Yep.
Do I stabilize Galen this turn,
I was
or do I just go
I was
for
gonna
it?
I was gonna stabilize Ragu with the. I mean, can another healing potion help someone in the same day?
Healing
potion
potions
should.
work, yeah.
Okay, then that was gonna be my plan. So go for it. Back at him.
Hitting Kylon Young 4.
Okay.
Let's
Not
save the
hitting.
healing potion.
Anyway, 7 does not hit. Is that the
Yeah, no.
Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see. I'm gonna move around to his other side.
Okay. All right.
And
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, do you happen to
that's-
have healing word, Ire?
I have cure wounds.
Okay.
So, Ire, finish what you were saying.
Oh no, that's it. That's my turn.
Okay, fair enough. So at this point in time, you hear rustling as another Kylon climbs out of hiding and attacks Devok. Because he's attacking from hiding, he has advantage. But that is not good enough, and it still scratches against Devok's armor. All right, Oreo, it is now your turn. What are you going to do?
Bonus action to disengage. Gonna come over to Ragu and use a healing potion on him.
Okay, go ahead and make the roll.
Is it +4 or +2? +2, right? For a basic one?
I think so. Oh, that's still a good roll. So, all right. So,
Excellent.
Galen, you have 8 hit points, and you can make your Constitution save when we come back around to your turn. But you are no longer dying.
Wasn't Ragu down?
Yeah, she said she gave me the potion.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I thought you gave it
Was-
to Galen. So what I just said,
Does Galen
except
make
for
Constitution rolls?
he's-
Not yet.
not yet, he's still
Alright.
down. I was just
Okay.
confused who she's giving it to. So Ragu, on your turn, you can make your Constitution save, but you're no longer dying. All right, Oreo, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Devok. Kylon crawled out of hiding just to try attacking you and failed. What are you going to do?
Will do something. Hold on. I think I'll just shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
On which one?
Look, that jumped out at me.
Young 5 then?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. All right, that does not hit, unfortunately. It's scrambling around trying to get at you, and you miss by 1.
My turn's over then.
All right, so this is round 3. So, Galen, go ahead and make your first death save.
Devok
Yes.
failed his attack.
Devok failed his attack, yeah.
Huh.
And unfortunately, that means if you roll a 1 on a death save, that means you suffer 2 death saves.
Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna click it again just to see make sure it isn't rigged. Okay.
All right, so you got one death save to go. All
Is that
right,
3?
Ragu, go
Okay.
ahead and make your DC 10 Constitution save to see if you manage to get yourself back up and fighting.
Wait, what do you mean 1 to go? Don't you have to fail 3 death saves?
You do, but if you
Yeah, but
roll
it
a 1, that's
yeah.
two
Oh,
two
yeah, never
failures.
mind.
If you roll a 20, then that's 2 successes.
Okay.
All right, so Ragu has been slammed against the barrels, and he's still there, struggling to regain consciousness. All right, Kylon 4 is going to attack. Actually, let me find out who he's going to attack. He is going to attack Pico. That's a 12 because he should not have advantage, and that misses.
Or like a 10, but yeah, still misses.
All right, Pico. Kylon 4 just tried to attack you. Fortunately, it missed. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and shank it with one of my claws.
Okay.
And I miss horribly with that. And the other thing I'm going to do is cast Healing Word on Galen.
Fair enough.
Okay, which verifies something here. I think that was a D4 plus something or other. Yep, D4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which...
Yeah, we'll need to
Wait.
add that to your sheet then.
Wait.
The spell.
Spellcasting ability modifier... Oh, then never mind, that's going to be Wisdom. So that's going to be a 2, so D4 plus 2. Okay. D4. You get 6 points back, Galen.
Thanks, man.
Okay, you are no longer dying, and
It's
you
over
really
half
came close to death. There's literally one roll away from death, but you're fine now. And on your turn, you can make your Constitution save.
It's okay. As Ire would say, my gods watch over me.
Fair enough. Pico, is that the end of your turn?
Actually, if I try to retreat down into the passage, can I do that and squeeze far enough away to avoid getting close enough to Kylon Young 5?
If you, oh wait, if you go, you're going to have to go through, and you're going to be in the hex next to Kylon 5, so he'll get his opportunity attack.
That's what I was wondering, so never mind. I'll just stay put. No, actually, I take that back. I'm going to move here for all the good it'll do me.
Fair enough. All right, Ire, you see Kylon Young 4 has managed to avoid all damage so far, but he's also not being super effective. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna show him the flail again.
Fair enough. That is.
This time I succeed.
You smash him for 2/3 of his hit points, and he is badly wounded. That the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Kylon 5 is going to attack Devok once again. And he fails miserably. He's clawing at the barrels instead of Devok for some reason. All right, Oreo, you see Kylon 5 ineffectually trying to claw at Devok, and Kylon 4 being attacked by Ire. What are you going to do?
If I attack in this hex, do I get the imposed -2 on the attack roll?
You do, but you can attack from Devok's hex and avoid that.
Okay. So I'm gonna go here.
Oh, wait, actually, you might
I
not want
know.
to.
Yeah, I realized that, but I don't want the -2 anyway, so I'll just hit 4.
4? Okay.
Mhm.
That's a hit. And it explodes. So anybody within 2 hexes, go ahead and make your dex save.
I'm down.
Woo!
And Ire, he just like he does a flip as he's getting out of the way. All right, so it's 4 points to those who failed, and nothing to those who succeeded. All right,
And then
Oreo, so he's dead.
with my offhand, I'm gonna hit the other one.
Okay. That is not a hit.
Okay. Can I technically move here? Is that considered a hex?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're basically on
so-
top of the barrels, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And you're still in melee range, so there's no attack of opportunity.
Okay, so that's my turn.
Cool. All right, Devok. Kylon Young 5 just keeps trying to hit you, and it keeps failing. What are you going to do?
I will shoot it.
If you're using a ranged attack in melee range, you get disadvantage.
Really?
Yeah.
And I won't shoot it. I'll do something else.
This is why it is useful to have touch stuff for this reason.
Got rid of my touch spell. I did not know that. I'll just roll with disadvantage
You
then.
reposition your corruption.
Why would that? That's a bonus action.
Yeah, I mean, you could roll with disadvantage. I mean, it might still work.
Oh.
It didn't this time, but you never know. All right, and what else are you gonna do if anything?
I'll move my corruption so it's over him.
All right, so he's got a -2 to hit. All right. All right, round 4. Galen, go ahead and make your Constitution save.
Okay.
You need a 10. Which you make easily. You jump to your feet. Well, you might if you use half your movement.
I will immediately. Yeah, I'll use half my movement. I'm gonna
Okay,
immediately grab it too. We're going straight in for a shocking grasp.
fair enough. Go for it.
Cool.
All right, you're trying to get a hold of the thing, but it's surprisingly slippery.
Yeah.
But you are at least on your feet. All right, Ragu, go ahead and make your Constitution save.
Already do that? Hold on. Should have been up.
Wait, he didn't go down again, did he?
No, I don't
No,
think you
I
made.
got hit, but I went to 4, but I didn't go down, so I
Oh,
shouldn't
I'm
be
sorry.
making
I thought you'd
upgrade.
never made it. Okay, in that case, go ahead. What are you gonna do?
Okay. Is administering a potion an action or a bonus action?
I would call it a bonus action if you have it in. Yeah, it's a bonus. No, it's basically your free action because you have to pull it out and then do the thing. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In that case, my bonus action is administering a potion to Pico.
Okay, go ahead and make the roll.
Hard space.
No, I'd hold off on that.
Why? You're down.
Yeah, but we've only got one Kylon, and I mean, we can come up with more renewable resources there. If somebody can stabilize me.
Well, my original action is going to remain the same.
You can.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I can do what?
Well, you already missed, but I say what you could have done is you done a medical check to stabilize them.
I was going to say.
But that would have been an action. But that's fine. You just so you know for the future. So okay, you shoot at Kylon 5, but unfortunately it misses. Is that the end of your turn?
Well, yeah, my bonus action would have only been administering a potion. I can't do an attack with my offhand if I cast a spell, can I?
No.
No. Okay. So.
Fair enough. Okay, so Pico, go ahead and make your death save. It should be on the sheet. There you go. Yep, you make it. All right, Ire. So.
I just realized there's no way to track successes.
Oh, there isn't? I thought there was.
Yeah, there is next to the hit dice.
Yeah, it's right above them. Those 3 dots. You're supposed to mark. Oh, sorry. You're right.
Those are for failures.
Yeah, so we just have to remember which one you're on. Fair enough. All right, Ire, you see one Kylon Young left, and it's surrounded. What are you going to do? And Pico is currently down.
You know, I think you guys got the got it under lockdown over there. I'll stabilize Pico. I'll give him 1 point with lay on hands.
Okay, so Pico has 1 point and is no longer dying. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Kylon 5 is completely surrounded. And so he is going to go for the weakest link, for the weakest perceived threat, which is Galen.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, but from their
No,
point
it's
of
okay.
view,
No,
it
no,
is.
yeah.
I mean, technically, didn't I hit it last?
Yeah, no, that's true. But what it seems to be doing, it actually seems to be thinking to some degree, and it's trying to basically take down the weakest person first, and then work its way through. And unfortunately for Galen, a 16 I think hits.
Yeah, I think my
You're
AC.
14, but I think that hits too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did forget. So it's a 14. Does that 14 hit?
Yeah. I feel like my AC is wrong, but it would definitely hit.
Okay, well we can
Well,
look at that.
It might be that I'm just really, really squishy, which is also fine.
So you take.
well, actually, what's your dexterity?
Chat. Let me take the damage first, though. Is that 4?
Yeah.
Okay. We're okay. It's gonna be all right.
Well, okay, well, I figured, if we could check your
I think his
AC
dex bonus is
No, my
0.
dex is
Damage.
0, so yeah, my
Right.
AC is 10.
Yeah, so that's why
Okay.
it's what it is.
Oh, that's
Okay.
why I have mage armor. I keep forgetting to cast that damn spell.
Cast it. It lasts 3 days.
Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting.
Fair enough. It is something you're going to want to remember for this campaign,
No,
especially
I
with a
know.
10 AC.
This is a good lesson to learn.
Yep, it sure is. All right, Oreo. Young 5 is still at full health, but he is surrounded. What are you going to do?
The eyeball, if it has one.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
okay, offhand.
actually, though, he is technically surrounded up against a wall. So to be fair, I think it would make sense for you guys to have advantage. It's basically like it's like being flanked, but he's basically in a corner. So go ahead and roll again. Okay, that hits.
And there's that plus.
You do 14 points of damage,
And then offhand.
nearly killing him.
God damn it.
The offhand
Stay
is
put.
righty.
Advantage.
Oh,
Advantage,
thank
yeah.
you. Really? Fuck you. Alright.
Alrighty, Tavok. Kylon 5 is still alive somehow, but just barely. What are you gonna do?
I will shoot it.
Go for it.
Wait, no, I'll stab it instead.
Okay. Okay.
Minus.
You stab at it, but unfortunately it's wiggling around too
Advantage.
much. Maybe. Yeah, roll again.
Advantage?
Yeah, remember, because you guys, I just said, he essentially have him backed up in a corner, and he's completely surrounded. And that hits. And he explodes. He had 1 hit point, so yeah, just... All right, so anybody within 2 hexes, go ahead and make your save. And if you fail, you take 4 points of damage. Tavok makes it.
Looks like Oreo rolled above the death throws.
Okay, Oreo made it. Galen, did you roll yet? Galen, are you still connected?
Yeah, sorry. Let me
Did you roll your deck save?
Oh, no, I'm doing that right now.
Okay, so
I
everybody
did
made
make
it, and there are no more Kylon Young in the room. Although, Pico, you probably didn't notice it at first because of all the distraction, but you do hear crunching noises coming from the other side of that door. But the door is firmly closed and appears to be locked.
Okay.
Is anyone down?
Nobody is down. Everybody is conscious at the moment.
I guess I got a technical. Well, actually, am I even conscious?
It's a roll every 3 seconds, so I'm just assuming that within a shorter
Okay.
period of time you make it. So don't worry about it.
Ow. Get back to my feet. Well, I think fighting these things in confined spaces is a really bad idea.
Most
Although
definitely.
that was my fault. If I had just taken one more step, I'd have been fine.
Curiosity, Jeremy. If someone were to have the tumbling feat, would the deck save give them a little extra bonus? Because technically, tumbling allows you to tumble out of certain scenarios.
You could use your tumbling if you just. Yeah, I guess that's fair. If I did think about it before, but you could technically use your tumbling skill in place of your deck save.
So I
Oh,
give Pico a certain lesson right now about using the goddamn skill. And I'm done.
Fair enough. Okay, so like I said, you hear crunching noises from the other side of the door. So what do you guys do?
all right. Let's evaluate the situation here.
I'm gonna heal myself first.
Okay.
And wait, Pico, I think I already used the thing on you, right?
The med kit, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I think the only people you haven't used it on was yourself and Davak.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
In fact, maybe you should use it on yourself.
And Devok. Devok is fine.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, you're doing all right. Let me do that.
Yep.
Uh,
I would definitely
let's see
recommend
here.
it.
Yeah.
What kind of floor are we on?
It seems to be stones. The walls are stones as well. It seems fairly sturdy.
Can I check the barrels just to see what they have
Yes.
left?
Sure. All right. So you start looking through the barrels, and it seems to be mostly water and wine. The wine is still in okay condition.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend drinking any of this.
I'm planning to.
What is this handprint thing? Oh, that's not a hand. That's a barrel remains. Sorry.
Yeah, just wooden debris.
All right. Well, do we want to go through the door then? I just
No,
hear
not yet.
crunching noises.
Let's see. This really seems like a good time to conjure up some good berries.
One thing I could recommend is that you don't you don't have to do everything in one day. So if you wanted to retreat and take a short rest, that would be fine. And the advantage of doing that is Galen could use his med kit again.
I forget, what does the short rest do?
If for every 10 minutes you spend, you can resting, you can spend a hit die.
Why don't we do that?
Oh, yeah, that
Because
seems like a good
then
time
we
to use
still
it.
can't get healed by Galen.
We kind of don't need to if we can use our hit die.
And
You saw how fast our hit points went down.
some
We're
cure
gonna need
wounds.
it.
I still have some cure wounds to throw around. So like I could still heal you.
The thing is, we're technically still on day 1 of the 7-day week. So if there's any chance of you saving the spell slots and just using our hit dice for now, then maybe it might be worthwhile using that for first.
That's true. That's true.
I vote for the 10-minute for rest.
Yep, so it's 10 minutes per hit die. So are you going to spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes?
20 might make more sense for a couple of us.
Okay. No problem.
And let's see, what's the hit dice for a sorcerer?
I think if you just click on the hit dice words, it should do it for you.
I think it's a D6 for me.
Well, yeah, my hit dice currently is going to show as a druid, so that's not going to.
Are you specking into sorcerer?
Yeah, my understanding is you have the one druid hit die and the one sorcerer hit die, so you can choose which one to use, or you can use them both.
I'm probably going to use them both, but I want to make sure they're accurate. So yeah, it's a D6. So I'll start with the D6. Whopping 2. Then I'll use the D8. Yeah, I figure we'll go 20 minutes. 9. Okay, that gets me up to 10 hit points. And Ragu, are you going to use your hit dice?
Am.
And the rest is called a recuperate for future reference.
And Pico, don't you have ranged weapons? So you don't need to necessarily be at the front line this time around?
I do have darts.
Yeah.
A few of them anyway. So I guess I can switch to those, put my claws away, get a handful of darts ready.
Okay. All right, so 20 minutes passes. You still hear crunching behind the door.
Is there a keyhole?
There is a little hole. Let me go ahead and move the door a little so you can see. The door is not open. You're just taking a look through the keyhole, which is why it's not all the way open.
Okay. Hatchlings, huh? Okay. Try to get a better peek in there.
I mean, couldn't we technically do the one thing we did before, well, not in this campaign specifically, where we kept opening and closing the door after every freaking round?
We could do that, and we're probably better, more likely to have results here because of the fact that there's hatchlings in there. Which way does this door swing?
It would swing inward, so it was, sorry, away from you.
All right. Well, if we want to set up a surprise, we could go ahead and do that.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the door then.
If everybody wants to get ranged attacks ready.
So go ahead and roll initiative, and then we'll get you your surprise round.
Although it looks like in this case, I probably do not want to use ranged weapons just yet. So I'm going to switch back to the claws.
So it looks like 4 of you have rolled initiative.
Looks like Galen and I have to roll.
There you go.
Yeah. I only roll 20s when it's for like initiative or for like death saves.
It probably makes more sense for me to be around the corner here first.
All right. So since it is a surprise round, we'll do it before where you guys go in whatever order you want. So who's going first?
I'll do an arrow.
Actually, no, let me go first because I'm going to have to get close for this. Plus, it lets me see in the room a little better. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it looks like we've got a half dozen hatchlings that I can see. I'm going to go ahead and attack hatchling 5 with one claw and hatchling 3 with the other.
Okay, go for it. Okay, that hits. 4 points. The other one hits for 6 points.
All right, and I am backing around the corner.
All right. All right, so who's next?
Short bow. At number 5.
Okay, a short bow, sure. That's a hit. And he explodes. Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so that's Pico and Oreo. Who's next?
Trying to see what I can see here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with
Who's him? Okay.
this one.
With what?
Oh,
Necrotic Blast.
no.
Okay.
That should be normal.
That is, but you rolled an 18, so that's fine. You hit. All right, and he explodes. Okay, who's next? Was that Devok?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What are you doing?
Weapon. That's what I'm doing. in front of this door.
What are you doing in front of the door?
Corruption.
Okay. All right. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes. Maybe this isn't the best position for me.
Yeah, you
Has
can
Ire
move.
gone yet? Has Ire gone yet?
No,
Nope.
yeah.
I'll switch places with him.
Okay.
All right. So, Ire, what are you gonna do?
Throw a javelin.
At which one?
6.
All right. Go ahead and roll. That's a hit. All right.
Boom.
It slams into him for 6 points, and he's still there. Is that the end of your turn? You can move if you want.
No, it's fine. I'll stay here.
All right.
Do you
And
wanna
finally,
start-
we have Galen.
Yep, I'll just move 1, 2, throw some fire at hatchling 6.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah,
That hits.
cool.
For, I think we're rounding up, so that's 2 points of damage. He's still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
I back up, and yep.
All right, so now we're in round 2, and combat is normal again. So Galen, you're at the top of the initiative, so it's your turn again.
Oh, cool. Okay. I guess I might as well finish off 6.
Sure, go for it. That hits, and he explodes.
Yeah. Of course, this time I get a good roll.
I want to slam that door shut.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
What? Why? Can I know why first?
Because they're going to
Yeah.
start moving towards us.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'll
Yeah, that
shut
was-
the door, and then I'll
That
back up.
was the battle strategy there.
Fair
Got
enough.
Shut the door, and I'll move back.
All right. He'll stay there. All right, Ire, the door is now shut in front of you. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm melee, so not a whole lot for me to do here.
How about this? Why don't you ready your action, and then Oreo can open the door and resume the attack.
Sure, yeah, already a javelin, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Oreo, what are you going to do?
I get into the space with him, and I open the door, and I shoot it in the face.
Fair enough. And that's a hit. All right, shoot him for 4 points of damage.
And I'm gonna back up and let Ire do his thing.
All right, so Ire, I guess your action was triggering the door, so go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, yeah, I'll throw a javelin at number 2 there.
That's a
And
hit.
miss. Oh, it is a hit. Oh.
Yeah, these are hatchlings, and it explodes. All right. So that's your. So the door is currently open because that was a held action. So Pico, the door is open. What are you gonna do?
Let me have a look. Okay, gonna run in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Four. All right, well, I am just gonna go ahead and hit this guy with my claws.
That hits. And you almost kill him.
All right. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything more without. Yeah, I can't really do anything without proccing feline agility. And well, no, I can do that. All right. No, I'll save it. I'm gonna go ahead and retreat back into the room.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu. It's the door is currently open. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna rush in, and I'm going to chuck 2 2 darts at 4 and whoever this guy is.
Fair enough. So roll for 4. Okay, the 4 it misses 4. Is the second one still going to 8?
Uh,
Or are you
I'll
going to do
take
both
4
the
if I
4?
can. I'll take 4 if I can. I thought one would explode 4 in the second
Fair
one
enough.
if I hit both.
Go ahead. And the dart is sitting inside the box, or sticking out of the box. Is that the end of your turn?
Back up.
You probably want to slam that door again.
Yeah, I shut the door as I'm moving back past Ire.
Fair enough. All right. Ire, you hear a Kylon clawing at the door. Devok, the door is currently closed, and the Kylon is clawing at it, and the door opens toward them. So what are you going to do?
Do you guys think I should open it?
Maybe we'd be better off taking this whole round to set up a little bit more of a range thing so when the door opens, most can attack from a distance.
I'll stand back here then. Then I'll hold my action.
Okay. All right. So you hear the sound of fire from the other side, and the door is it is there is metal framing, but most of the door seems to be on fire. And then you hear some more clawing against the door, and the door shudders as the claws strike it. And we're now at round 3. Galen, the door is closed. It opens toward them. You couldn't actually open it at this point if you wanted to. So what are you going to do?
I'm not strong enough.
I'd recommend backing up and just readying an action.
Yeah, that's smart.
Get far back.
Okay. I looked if Aqu was under me. 1. I'm just trying to make sure I can still see everything. But yeah, all
Well,
right.
it's
So
probably okay to be in the room. I just wanted to make sure you're out of blast range, although that might not be a bad spot
yeah,
to
this
be.
isn't actually a bad spot. I can see right down the line. I kind of like it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna ready firebolt. The second that door opens, I'm shooting it.
Fair enough. All right. You hear some more, some sort of slamming against the door. And Ire, the door probably isn't going to last much longer. What are you going to do?
They're pushing on the pull door.
Well, they're literally trying to destroy it.
I was just trying to be funny.
Right.
If you want to try and shove the door open, now might be a good time to start unleashing an attack because everybody else should have the luxury of moving.
Yeah, I think I'll go for a
So you're going to try to
shoving the door
shove it open enough to get an attack in?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a strength check. You can use athletics if you want.
Oh yeah.
That would be against 22. So you just make it. You get the door open enough that you can get some sort of attack at one of the nearby creatures. So what are you attacking?
I can't. They're overlapping. I'll say this one here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. And that's a hit. You slam him for 8 points, nearly killing him, but he's still alive.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
And then as soon as you let go of the door, it slams shut again because they're right there on top of it.
Oh.
All right. Are you going to move or anything?
Oh no, I'll stay right here. Well.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, they're behind the door, so if you decide to move, there's no attack of opportunity.
Right. Yeah, I'll stay here.
All right. Oreo, the door is currently closed. What are you going to do?
It's closed. I see. Oh. Well. All right. I'm just gonna be in this corner over here on top of the barrels and readying my arrow for when it's open.
Fair enough. All right, Pico. The door is currently closed, and Ayer's in front of it. What are you going to do?
Well, I guess because let's see, a reaction is only just doing the attack, no time for movement, right?
Yeah, if you hold your action when you do your trigger, it's either movement or an action.
Since I'm not doing any sort of attack, so I actually have the luxury of swapping out both weapons for darts.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get back here and be ready to throw darts as soon as I see a Kylon hatchling, or throw a dart rather.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, the door is currently closed, and Ayer's in front of it. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna come back here a half step and get ready with my action to throw 2 darts.
You can throw 1 dart with your action, but if you're going to hold it, but that's fine. All right, Hatchling 7. I'm going to actually.
In that case, I say I can only do 1. I can't do both darts.
That's correct, because you can do an action or an attack. You can't do like a bonus action attack or whatever.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna ready necrotic blast, but
Okay.
still ranged weapon.
Okay, that works. All right, Ayer, I'm going to actually roll damage against the door now. And we'll say at this point in time with the fire and the burning that the door will probably have about 15 hit points left. So I'm just going to I'm not going to roll to hit because, all right, so the door has 11 hit points from him. All right, Devok, you can start seeing pieces of the door getting ripped away. It's not long now, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'd recommend just getting away from the door and prepping another attack.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so Kylon 8 is also going to attack the door for another 2 points of damage. He doesn't seem to be very effective for some reason, maybe because he's so badly hurt. Kylon 4 is going to push his way forward and also attack the door for another 3 points of damage, and then back up. And we are now at round 4. Galen, they are most of the way through the door now, so what are you going to do?
I'm just gonna keep my fireball procced on that door.
Okay. All right. Hatching 1 will rush up to the door and attack for another 5 points of damage, leaving the door with 1 hit point, and then back off. And Ayer, this door literally has 1 hit point left, which means if you go to push it open, you're basically going to finish ripping it to shreds.
Not a bad idea. That'll be a surprise
Yeah,
for
I
them.
think I might. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to basically destroy the door as you're striking one of the Kylon?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll give you advantage.
Let's see.
Unfortunately, the door gets in your way, and you wind up hitting the door fragments instead of the Kylon, but the door is now destroyed.
I got the door, guys.
Does it mean that we see them though?
You do see them, so whoever has held actions, now's the time to do it. So Ragu, go for it. All right, that's fine. So one of them explodes. So go ahead and make your save, Ayer.
Mm-hmm.
Which you make.
I didn't mean to.
Which is fine, but the 21 is what you rolled, so that does make it. All right, that was Oreo. Ragu, it's so much chaos that your spell winds up hitting some wood.
No, he
no.
rolled a 21. That's damage you're seeing.
Oh, he rolled a 21. Okay, fair enough. So that's going to hit Hatchling 7 from your point of view. So that badly wounds him, but he's still alive. Is that, yep. Who else?
Oreo should have one. Oh no, he already went.
Oreo.
Devok and I still.
Yeah, Devok, go ahead. What are you doing?
That.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, there's a lot of chaos, and you wind up hitting some wood. Pico.
I'll go ahead and throw a dart. And I miss with the dart.
All right, so that's your turn, Ire. So Oreo, you've spent your held action, but it's now your turn proper. So what are you gonna do?
Another arrow. The one in front of Ire.
All right.
Actually, I can see the one behind it. That one seems to be really low too, right? Is Ire considered in range if that one explodes?
He would not be, but I would say that you have hatchling 7 blocking you away partially, so I think that's a -2 to hit if you go with the one in the back.
Okay, fine. I'll shoot the one in front.
Okay. That hits. And he explodes. Ire, go ahead and make your dex save,
Sorry.
which you make. Is that the end of your turn, Oreo?
Yes.
All right. Pico, it is now your turn proper.
All right. Well, at this point, I'm gonna switch to one claw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yuck. All right, fine. Well, you only die twice. I'm going to attack the hatchling with the claw.
Okay.
This is what you call an oops.
And you miss.
Oh, that's actually good. I go ahead and retreat.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Ragu, it's your turn. There are 2 left in the room. One of them is almost dead.
All right. I step down. I go ahead and Cardiac Blast.
That hits. I'm assuming you're targeting hatchling 4?
The weak one. Whoever's going to blow up. Yeah.
Okay, he explodes. Is that the end of your turn?
I'll step up out of the way to make sure I'm not in somebody else's path of shot.
Fair enough. All right, Devonk, there appears to be one left in the room, but he hasn't been damaged. What are you going to do?
I'll shoot.
Okay. That hits. All right, you hit him for a solid 6 points, but he is about 1/3 health. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, so round 5. Galen, you see there's one left with 1/3 health way in the back. What are you going to do?
I will shoot that one with
Okay,
the fire. Let me.
that's a
That
hit.
Cool.
Okay, well, we'll round that up to 1 hit point, and he's still alive. All right, Hatchling 1 rushes forward to attack Ire. And he misses. Ire, Hatchling 1 is now in your face. What are you going to do?
Not hit him.
He's wiggling and hard to hit. All right, Oreo, you see Hatchling 1 standing right in front of Ire. What are you going to do?
Going to shoot it with an arrow.
That's a hit. And it explodes. Ire, go ahead and make your dex save. DC 10. And you take 2 points of fire damage from the explosion. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take you out of combat because there doesn't appear to be any creatures that you can see. So what do you do?
Well, let's have a look in this room.
All right.
Ooh, a chest.
You see,
Ooh.
you definitely see a chest. You see a table with a book.
Oh my god.
And Ire has just spotted a bunch of eggs.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
How about we get to business first?
Burn.
yeah.
Galen, are you gonna move? You can move now.
Sorry.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Anyway, this is what they're looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured there was something gross in here.
All right, so you go and you try to step on the eggs, but they're unfortunately it takes more effort than that. You actually have to take your weapons and really smash into them because they're quite tough. But you do manage to get them all destroyed.
By the way, I decided to sit down on the chest.
That's a dick. Oh, God.
There is a chest. It is currently locked. So what do you do?
Pico, may I try to open the chest?
Oh, this whole thing? Sure, I'll even help you.
Oh, okay. How nice of you.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, I'm rolling. Hold on.
All right, you unlock it easily, and inside you see a leather sack and what looks like 2 healing potions, a short sword, and a dagger.
Hey, we didn't blow up some potions for a change.
And in the
Yes.
sack is
Hmm.
37 silver.
Actually, I'm not gonna snag that. Somebody snag that.
All right, I guess I'll deal with that. See, 2 healing potions,
Yeah,
a short sword,
Can I
and a
can I
dagger.
yeah.
hold one of the healing potions, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
And in addition, you see so there's trash in the back room or back area. There's a wooden box back there. There's a wooden box in the room you're in. There's a crate. There is a desk. Um, and it looks like there is some scribbles on the desk.
I'm very interested.
And actually, see the explosions. They were far enough away that they didn't destroy it. All right, so you're looking at the scribbles, and it's in Draconic. So I'm assuming you're getting Ire to look at it.
Ire, more draconic here for you.
Ooh.
And it seems to be more of the thoughts, kind of like it's something about elven magic again. And it basically indicates that somebody is looking for. There's some rumored to be some sort of elven magic left behind in the city, and so they're looking for an area of the city where elves once lived but abandoned.
Hmm.
Um,
Let's see.
what about in
There-
here? All these. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
And you said that was an area once inhabited by elves?
Yeah,
And that was in or near the city?
in the city.
Alrighty.
And Ragu, in your area, there's trash. There's the eggs you guys already destroyed, and Galen is basically on top of the wooden box.
I'd like to do some inspectioning of it. I know I don't. I'm not actually looking through his eyes right now, but can you go ahead and give me sight so I don't keep losing Char in the shadows?
Um,
There he is.
I just moved him. All right, so yeah, the box is not locked, so you open it up, and inside you find a couple of different sets of clothing. They seem to be like robes, and then there's like some farmer's clothes, and then there's some clothes that a merchant might wear, um, and it looks like some of this clothing is sized that it could fit a woman, a fairly, petite woman.
And it's basically disguised clothes so she can blend into different things.
All right.
Was there anything else in the trash hiding, making sure there's no eggs or cracks or nothing?
You can make a perception check or investigation check. In the meantime, Ire and Oreo, what are you two doing?
I would have maybe just kept looking around to see if there's anything else that might stand out from this place.
Okay. And Ragu, you look through the trash, and you do see some recent trash. Recent, as in within a week or so. And it looks like some discarded food bits, like apple cores, that kind of thing. And yeah, see some discarded food bits and other signs of someone having lived here recently.
Okay. Now that I've gone through all of that, will investigation actually find anything?
No, you found what
Right.
you found.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I'd like to search the desk more thoroughly if that's an option. Just make sure that wasn't the only thing on there.
Yeah. As far as papers, you find surprisingly little that's useful, which
Can I
suggests
help
to you.
him though in terms of see if there's anything hidden though
Yeah, yeah.
specifically?
We'll get to that in a second. But it does appear that they're mostly pretty good about taking whatever it is that they have with them so far. As far as searching for drawers and all that other stuff, Oreo wants to help, so you can make a perception check with advantage or investigation with advantage. All right, so yeah, you go through the drawers, and you don't really find anything. You do manage to find though, underneath some trash, a single gold coin.
Alrighty. All right. And is there anything else of consequence we need to be checking in here?
I think you guys have looked at everything. However, I would like there's something about these clues you might know something about. So I would like whoever wants to try remembering to go ahead and make a history check and let me know if anybody gets at least a 15.
Well, I didn't.
No.
All right, Ragu and Galen, you suddenly remember something that you were told, quite a while ago, but that the Nexus Guild district used to be the Elven district, and it was suddenly abandoned.
That is good to know.
So yeah, the elven structures could very well be the very Nexus building itself.
You're pretty sure that the Nexus Guild buildings aren't elven because the elven
they're
structures
newly
have a
built.
very natural look to it, whereas the Nexus buildings are definitely made out of stone and definitely constructed by humans. However, there are other. Now that you think about it, you remember seeing other elven structures there.
Alrighty.
And yeah, that is actually something that you were told in game at the beginning. So that's why I figured there was a chance that your characters would remember. But there's also a chance they wouldn't because they might not care. That's the rule.
That works for me.
So we're gonna collect up any eggshells.
Most certainly, I had already typed out that I have a whole bunch.
All right. Let's see. I guess I gotta.
Why are we grabbing those again?
Well, I can actually give them to my contact because he can use them for all sorts of things, and it garners me favor with my contact the way church garners you favor.
Okay, cool.
All right. So are you doing anything else here, or should I take you back to the map?
I guess we're done here.
Okay.
Search for hidden doors, hidden traps, hidden. I mean, did somebody really make just this tiny little alcove?
I mean, I can try. I've got the feet for that.
All right. Go ahead and Oreo. Go ahead and make a perception check then.
Okay, it's gonna be a disadvantage.
Yeah, you're looking around, and you do find evidence that multiple different people have been here over time, but you don't see any signs of extra hidden doors or anything.
That's pretty normal from what I see.
But at the same time, some place like this hidden, it's still a nice way to hide things and to have secret meetings and whatnot. So maybe that's all it was meant for.
Cool.
All right, I'll take you back to the map. Alrighty, so you are still in the common district. You can see the black flags to be the areas of these attacks where you've also found um, structures, and you've found that at least temporarily one or more of these these people have been staying there. So what do you do? And if what you do is rest for the night, we can fast forward time if that's what you want as well.
Do we want to
Um,
recover any before moving on, or?
Well, I was
Uh,
gonna say, can I help Galen with possibly obtaining those medicine kit things with my contact to see if I can get it at a pretty decent discount?
Oh, sure. You guys want to go see if you can go to your to the store and get those things? Yeah, we can do that. All right. So it takes you about 30 minutes to get there, and the place is open. Let me load it up real quick. So it's Tisley's Adventuring Gear, and there's a person called Toulouse Tisley. You can tell me if I'm getting the
You
pronunciation
got it?
wrong. And I'm going to go ahead and bring her up. So, yeah, she is in there. She is excited as ever to see you. And she says, "Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm guess you've been busy, huh?"
Say something like that. We're actually just swinging by for a quick visit to see if maybe you might have a couple of goods that we might take off your hands.
Sure. What do you need?
Any chance you happen to have any medicine kits?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we might. I might have something along those lines.
Any chance you might have a special on them?
Yeah, let me look real quick. Yeah, the healer's kit.
Healer's
Oh,
kit, yeah.
yeah. She's like, she gives you a wink and she says, I might have a few too many of these, so I'm willing. I'm willing to part with them for 20 silver.
How
Okay.
many of them?
Yeah,
Um,
seriously.
I currently have 4 of them, but people just aren't buying these days. I'm willing to, I could use to get rid of them.
Oh yeah, I'll take all 4. For how
Yeah.
many again?
20 silvers apiece.
Perfect. All right.
So that'd be
I
80
cover.
silvers if you're buying all 4.
Yep, it's fine. I got it.
Which, incidentally, is quite the deal because normally they're 50 silvers each.
That's huge.
And I give them all to Gavin.
I'm not gonna be able to walk, but I'll take them.
I forget, how much do they weigh? Like a pound or something, right?
They weigh 3 pounds. So
Oh,
how many
three
do I
pounds.
have? But okay, so I've used most of this one, so theoretically,
You could basically count that as gone. So weight-wise, so don't worry about that.
I carefully scrutinize Galen with an icy, unblinking stare.
what's going on?
You know what you're missing?
Uh, no.
Mage armor.
Yeah, okay, I'll cast it in a little bit. Just give me a second.
While we're still in here though, do you happen to have any extra arrows by any chance?
Oh, of course. Always have arrows.
Yeah, I'd like to get another pack from you, maybe at
So
a.
yeah, I can part with them for 5 silver for bundles of 20.
I'll take 2. So that would be. You said it was how much? 5, so 10 silver.
Yeah.
Okay, I give her that. Uh, and I don't know what else you guys need. I'm at this point. You guys missing any adventuring stuff that you guys might want to
Well, I
refill?
heard Ragu's a big fan of darts.
Oh yeah.
Heck,
Any
I
adventure?
probably could use more. I don't think I recovered most of mine.
Yeah.
After we're done in this store, I have a quest for me and Galen to pick up some advanced healing supplies.
Wait, whoa. That's sick. All right.
Yeah. Let me find the dart. Oh, there it is.
Um,
All right. So yeah, the darts are 3 silver, or sorry, 3 copper pieces each.
Each now, was that a pack of 10 or was it just one dart?
Yeah, I
what
thought they were
does
sold in packs of 10.
encumbered do to you, by the way?
It reduces you
Slows
by
you
10
down at the
speed.
first level.
Yep, which is
How
why
much
I
does it
had to.
how much does it slow you down by?
10 speed.
10 speed? Ooh,
Yep,
that's not cool.
which is why I was so thankful that we were in an enclosed space.
Yeah, I might have to
Well,
drop off some of my rations.
I was gonna say there's a
No
lot
point in
you can drop
carrying them.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
look,
no
there's a
point
lot
in
you can
carrying
drop
them.
off.
I'll just say I left those at home.
Fair enough.
There we go.
It does look like it's per dart.
I mean, technically, if I don't have these rations, I can, by sheer technicality, carry around all 5 of these healers kits, though I don't plan on doing that.
So yeah, they're normally 5 copper pieces each, but she's giving them to you for 3.
All right, sounds good. So, well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get 10 darts. What about you, Ragu?
Yeah, I'm gonna take 10 as well.
Okay. So that would be 3 silver each then. Well, 3 silver for Pico and 3 silver for you.
Here, I'll just cover that.
Cool,
Okay,
thanks.
that's 6 silver then. Alrighty. So while you guys are doing that, it sounds like the rest of the group has other ideas. So what are you doing, Devak?
Good. We must pick up supplies.
Okay, I'm excited. Advanced healing supplies. This is gonna be dope.
Yeah.
12
Let's go.
hour.
Wait,
So it'll
what
take
time
you
of
about
day
an
is it?
hour and a half to get there, just if you're going to the necropolis.
What time of day is it?
It is probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
We wait a bit. These supplies are best found at night, I think.
Oh, okay. Let me drop off some of my my healers kits at the house if we have time then.
Okay.
And if the guys are gonna do that, I want to just spend with Toulouse a little bit of time just bonding and kind of sharing a bit of the stuff that we've been doing, so I can try and maybe raise a bit of the, what is it called when you try and like, not a, I don't know, favor, I don't know, raise a bit of the rapport
Yeah.
between.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
spend a couple of hours with her and let everybody know that I'll meet them where they need to we need to meet later.
Okay. Go ahead and do me a favor then, and make a persuasion check to see how well that goes, or a similar skill that you have that you think will work as well.
Oh, wait. Could I make an argument that because I'm doing like a retelling that I could use my history?
Um, well, this is more of telling her the things that you need to tell her and figuring out what you need to say in order to make her have a better opinion of you, rather than the quality of your telling.
Ah, fine.
So this is really a social thing.
Mm.
Okay, that works. It seems to go rather well, and yeah, she seems to be impressed with everything you managed to do so far.
And I do make one quick question to her if she's ever heard of the sort of justice by chance. And I'm speaking from like one rogue to another. Like I'll even speak in thieves' cant if possible, just to see if she can tell me anything in particular.
Fair enough. Yeah, she kind of shrugs and she says, "Well, I've heard of them. They're this organization who basically seems to hate everything from other worlds and thinks that by doing anything but trying to destroy the portals is putting the whole world in danger, and that things like the automata and the shadow kind shouldn't be here. Um, my understanding is they don't have a presence in the city, but it wouldn't surprise me if they attempt to change that."
You doke. Seems to be the same things I've been hearing. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you're spending, what do you say, maybe an hour doing that, Oreo?
Yeah, whatever time the other guys need to do their stuff, so I'll just be mingling about.
I think they decided to do it later, so I don't think that matters. But that's fine. We'll say you spend an hour, and then so since Devok, you decided not to go get your supplies yet. Since what are you and the rest doing?
Oh, might I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
Devok, why did you want to take Galen on your little expedition?
He's a healer.
Yeah, I'm a healer. He said that he was getting healing supplies.
Yeah. You were going to dig up some healing supplies, right?
I mean, you could frame it that way.
Well, if it's being framed that way, wouldn't it be helpful to have somebody who could help you dig them up?
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I just love healing.
But to be clear, Devok said he was going to wait until nighttime. It is still 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, are you guys doing anything in the afternoon?
Yeah, I was going to stop by Gimbal
Okay.
with a great big sack.
All right. You show up, and it says, "Welcome back. Didn't I just see you here this morning? What can I do for you?"
Oh, yes, I'm just dropping some stuff off for you, my friend. Hoping you can find some very good things to do with it. I have nothing really I needed, but I figured you might appreciate this, yes? And I have a large sack full of broken eggshells and goo.
He says, "Yes, I can definitely make use of these. And in fact, I've got a couple of these that came in that a little more than I can use." And he hands you two potions of healing.
Excellent. Thank you so much, my friend.
Of course, of course. All right. So while Ragu is doing that, is anybody else doing anything during the day?
I think I might want to do some mundane supplies type stuff. Does anybody have a need for any short swords?
No, I've got better right now, unless they are magical. I can identify them for you.
I'm pretty sure they're not. Do they appear to be interesting at all?
They appear to be regular short swords.
In fact, I guess just to be sure, I'll go ahead and ritual cast detect magic, and the privacy, in a private area, just to make sure they're not glowing or anything.
They're not. They're just regular mundane things.
That's what I figured. Maybe I'll stop by a weapon shop, see if anybody's interested in buying them.
Okay. Let's see.
Make sure to polish them up first, make them all nice.
Well, in that same area where Oreo is, you have Danny's Specialized Weapons, which you've been to before because that's where you bought your claws. So is that where you're going to go?
Mm-hmm. That'll work.
All right. So you show up at Danny's, and the shopkeeper, recognizes you from before. If I remember correctly, he's the same dwarf, and says, "Oh, how's the claws working for you?"
I love them. Thank you.
Of course, of course. I'm glad that you're making use out of them. Not hopefully good use out of them, and not other kinds of uses.
Well, let's just say they are being well used for the good of the city.
Good, good. So what can I do for you today?
Well, I managed to come across a couple of short swords I really don't have a need for, and was curious if you were interested in them.
He takes them and he examines them and tests their edge and everything, and he says, well, I could resell these. I'm willing to take them off your hands for 50 silver for each.
Sold.
All right then. He hands you you give him 2, right?
Yes.
So yeah, he hands you 100 silver. Or actually, technically, he is going to hand you 10 gold, but.
All right. And I realize you specialize in weapons. You wouldn't happen to have any lanterns, would you?
Lanterns? No, I'm afraid not. But there's this Tisley woman who has an adventuring shop nearby.
Yeah, I will go ahead and stop by there. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, you go back and you see Oreo still talking with her, and then she sees you come in and is like, "Oh, what can I help you with?"
Oh, I just realized I probably could use a hooded lantern.
Interested in a bullseye or a hooded lantern?
I'm pretty sure I'm looking more for a hooded lantern. Let's see, what was the bullseye one? Is that like a more of a focus spotlight thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hooded one makes more sense. Although, man, what I wouldn't give for some sort of gem that does the same thing.
She shrugs and says, all right, well, the hooded lanterns, well, being a friend of Oreo's, I'm willing to part with one for 30 silver.
All right, I can do that. 82. Whoops. There we go. Yep. So I go ahead and pair the 30 silver.
All right.
Let's see.
All right, so Galen, and so what are you doing? Since you're not going out for advanced supplies until night, it's still 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so what are you going to do?
I had gone back to put away some of my healer's kits, and I guess I'll just chill with Devok and Pico. We can play some games until it's time to go.
Fair enough. And Ire, it's about 1 o'clock for you, and everybody seems to be busy doing stuff, so what are you going to do, if anything?
Interesting things if you weren't too busy, but that's just if you weren't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to be doing right now.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so how much time do you guys want to go forward?
Actually, I did want to do one thing. All I did was go to Gimbel's shop.
Yeah.
And then whilst everybody else was waiting, I figured Ire and I could take a walk of the Nexus district and try and spy out some of these elven structures.
Fair enough.
Sure.
So yeah, you definitely you go to the Nexus district and you see that there are still a fair number of elven structures, and you can see some of them have been torn down or are in the process of being torn down and replaced with other structures. whereas there are some of the structures which are just being repurposed. Um, as you really start paying attention, though, you notice that parts of the district have lots of plant life, and gardens and parks and that kind of thing. And you notice that slowly but surely, people are chopping down the trees and building and starting building projects where the parks were. And then yeah, you go through and you see that you see several large, larger elven structures that some of them look almost like trees.
Okay.
But it's pretty hard to differentiate one structure from another. I mean, you can tell the difference, but it's hard to tell which ones are important, which ones are just very beautiful and all that, because they all have that kind of ethereal, beautiful quality to them.
Okay. I realize I'm only half elf, so I don't know if I get a roll or anything for trying to sense anything elfish.
Unfortunately, you don't, and the reason you don't is that once the elves left, you kind of felt this hole in you. You don't know what it's from, but whatever that sense was, you lost it at that point.
Okay. So there's nothing that stands out, nothing overly obvious as, hey, interesting.
There's no big sign, elven magic here, or anything like that.
Well, no, I wasn't looking for something that obvious.
But I know what you mean. But yeah, no, you don't. It's it's kind of like if everything's magical, nothing's magical kind of thing. It's like everything is beautiful and ethereal and everything, and so it's hard to pick out the thing that's more beautiful or more magical or more or whatever.
No buildings look larger, more important, or more steady structure.
There are a number of large structures, but there isn't one structure that's larger than the rest. Meaning there's a number of large structures, but that's kind of like, oh, those structures are larger than other structures, but those are all the same, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you're doing that. So how much time do you guys want to pass?
What time is it right now?
Well, it's probably at least 2 o'clock in the afternoon, based on what you guys have talked about so far. But you can either continue doing more stuff, or we can move forward in time.
One last thing I guess I could think of before or fast forwarding to tonight would maybe be to stop by the halls of learning, see if I can find anything out about any sort of historically significant elven structures in the city.
Okay, fair enough.
Devok, would you like to come along with this? I think you're better at researching than I am.
I can go.
All right, so yeah, you show up at the halls of learning, and of course your friend is definitely there. She seems, in fact, you can't think of a time you've been here, no matter what day it was, and she wasn't here. Anyway, so you show
I
up.
don't know about that, but I get what you're saying.
Anyway, you get there and you notice that the place seems to be pretty busy right now. There seems to be scholars and students clogging up the library and furiously studying for something or other. And she sees you come in and she waves. It's like, oh, there isn't a lot of time right now, but is there anything I can help you with?
I was interested in researching elven structures of historical significance in the city and was wondering if you knew of any good resources for that.
I don't know. I can't think of anything, but there is something that you might find interesting. At least I did when I read it. She kind of digs around and she comes up with this book of elven lore, and you know how. I think it was the Nexus Guild. You know how they took out. You know how the elves lived there at one point in time, and they all left and everything, and they left behind some of these rather large, imposing buildings. And There apparently one of them in the middle of the night, one of them actually glows, and it's the only one that does that. At least so I've read. I haven't actually been over there to check it out myself. Unfortunately, I'm not sure which one it is, but it's definitely pretty interesting.
Hmm. You'd think that would be a fairly common knowledge thing. I wonder if it requires anything special to see the glow.
Hmm. Let's see. Maybe. I think. Here it is. Apparently, you have to be an elf or a half elf to see it. And apparently, it only happens briefly at midnight. Well,
All right.
briefly, maybe for an hour.
I think you've been more helpful than I could have ever imagined. And you set the standard pretty high over the years.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm glad you found that interesting. She puts the book away.
Well, thank you very much as always, and remind me to pick you up a gift one of these days. What do you like?
Mm, Old books and elven artwork.
Well, given that I think you've got everything when it comes to old books here, I'll think I'll have to aim for the artwork.
All right, well, don't worry about it. Don't try too hard.
Thank you again. All right, well, I guess I don't need Devok's help for research. Um, all right, I think this is something that we need to get Ragu on and Haas. Well, Galen's going to be busy. We'll get Ragu on this.
Fair enough. All right, so everybody's done some stuff. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, roughly. So what's everybody doing?
Well, I am going to hunt down Ragu.
Okay, Ragu, did you tell anybody what you were doing?
Yeah, I went ahead and let him know that I was going to stop and see my contact, and then take a quick tour of the Nexus building.
Okay,
Um,
so in that case, Pico, you would know probably to look in the Nexus Guild district where the buildings are. And then eventually you find Ragu. It's probably about 3 by then. You find Ragu kind of just looking at the buildings, trying to discern some sort of importance or value or something.
Okay. All right, before I leave Devok behind, I'm going to ask Devok, where are you going to be hanging out so that we can meet up for tonight?
I could just go with you because I don't really have any other plans.
Okay, that
So,
works. All right, so yep, catch up with Ragu at Kimball's shop. It's like, I think I might have a solution for that Elven Easter egg hunt. Are you as
do
much of a
know.
night owl as Char is?
Oh yes.
Look around. This is Gimbal and Ragu in here, right?
No, because you meet him up in the Nexus Guild district, because that's where he went afterward.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I'll just find somewhere quiet. And I hear one of the buildings around here glows at night for about an hour, starting at midnight. And only certain types of people can see it. If only we could find an elf or a half elf somewhere.
You are funny, my friend. I may not look it, but I still have the eyes.
Well,
This might be the building we're looking for, yes?
I think so. I'd love to stick around and well, help see that. There's nothing for me to see, and I already promised Devok some help tonight. If we wrap up quickly enough, or if he postpones late enough, we'll see what we can find. But otherwise, it might just be you. You might want to take Galen along, even though he's not really an elf. He might be able to see it. And heck, out of curiosity, we know so little about automata that I'd be curious if I manages to see anything. So maybe that whole group of you could go looking around.
It's not a bad idea. If it's only 3 now, what do you say we go ahead and take like a shortened rest and be up for like 10 or 10:30? That way we can just start looking at night.
Yeah, an early day. That sounds good.
Okay. Fair enough. So we'll go ahead and fast forward to, sounds like you want like 10 o'clock. So it's now 10 o'clock at night. So what are you doing?
Well, do we do our rest stuff real quick?
Um,
Count for that?
oh, are you you're actually gonna go to sleep and take a short rest?
Yeah, that's what I had said. An early night,
Okay.
like from 3 p.m. till.
Yeah, you guys can do your short rest then.
And what's that going to let us do?
Gain back any abilities you gain back in a short rest. You can spend hit die to heal. Um, that's about it. Your class should tell you what you gain back on a short rest, if anything.
All right.
Yeah,
Well.
I gained a couple my second wind and stuff back.
Oh
I think we
crap!
What?
I just realized I actually have an ability that I could have used to possibly not get knocked down, but that's okay. I forgot. Strength of the Grave. Starting at first level, your existence in a twilight state between life and death makes you difficult to defeat. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you can make a charisma saving throw, DC 5 plus the damage taken. On a success, you instead drop to 1 hit point. You can't use this feature if you're reduced to 0 hit points by radiant damage or by a critical hit. After the saving throw succeeds, you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest.
Yeah, you could have used that, but now you have it for future fights should they happen.
Well, speaking of features, I need to remember to use Favored by the Gods more often.
Fair enough. All right, so you guys took your short rest, and it's about 10 o'clock. Is anybody need anything to do anything else with the short rest, or can we move on? All right, I guess we'll move on. Has everybody who needs to cast mage armor done so?
Okay. I'll cast Mage Armor.
Wait, why is
You
this
keep
such a
putting
big
it off, dude. It lasts for 3 days.
Yeah, but
Just
I was
cast it
thinking
now,
if
get
we
it over with.
if I cast it tomorrow before we go in for the fight, then it'll last 3 days starting tomorrow instead of
But you
wearing
don't
off.
know if we're not going to get into a fight tonight.
Okay, fair enough. I'll cast Mage Armor.
When the DM has to remind you, man.
Okay, I'm casting Mage Armor. I did it. It's official.
Alrighty then. All right. So mage armor was cast. It is 10 o'clock. So what are you guys doing?
Don't
We're heading
do
down
it off the list. Oh,
All right. So
No,
which? All right. So we'll go ahead and start with Devok's group first. So Devok, what are you doing?
no one under the capital.
All right. I'm shocked. And there we go. So who's going with you?
I think Galen and I.
Yeah, we're getting Healy things. Let's go.
All right, fair enough. It's nighttime, so it doesn't take you as long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So it takes you about an hour to get there. So it's 11 o'clock at night, and you've showed up. You've arrived at the necropolis, and the necropolis is basically the main area where they bury their dead. And if there's no longer any room in the necropolis, then the bodies are at that point in time cremated, and then their remains are then stored in special buildings for the cremated remains of the dead. And Devok, you know they do this because in this world, undead can exist, and so they try to keep the number of undead possible undead limited. And in addition to that, there are grave clerics who basically take shifts in the necropolis to make sure that the graves are undisturbed. So what do you do?
Okay, listen up, everybody. We need some scrolls, and we need some hands.
We need some what? Some scrolls?
Scrolls.
Skulls.
Like
Skulls and hands.
heads. Yes.
All right, cool.
We gotta find some graves that aren't being walked over and be quick.
All right. So whoever is attempting to dig out parts out of a grave without being spotted and being aware enough and everything, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
All
Hold
right.
on. There
Well,
might be something we could do to make it easier.
Yeah, if you can think of anything to do to make it easier, let me know and you might get advantage.
Hmm.
well, there
Um,
are some things that I can do. One is that first off, I don't have to be right next to the grave I'm digging up. Uh, B, I can go ahead and throw an illusion of like a mausoleum, or I mean, not a mausoleum, but some sort of big grave thingy on top to conceal ourselves.
Fair enough. So if wherever Pico is working, you have advantage. If everybody's around Pico and kind of moving together, then you'll have advantage on your stealth checks. If you're apart, then that doesn't help you.
Okay, let's stick together then, and I'll sneak around.
I also have Mage Hand and Prestidigitation. So
Oh yeah,
and
I have prestidigitation as well.
well, yeah, I also have Mage Hand, so that's going to be good in that I can excavate a grave fairly remotely, and it's not like I have to make a big pile. I could just spread the dirt out, and yeah, and if we're looking for limited stuff, we should be able to pull that off.
Fair enough.
and you have Move Earth, don't you?
Yeah, mold
To
earth. That's
instigate?
how I'm going to do the excavating.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. So what I'm going to do then is say, basically make a stealth check in order to basically get on the premises and get to a grave without anybody hearing or seeing you. And then assuming that's a group stealth check, and assuming you succeed at that, then to make another group stealth check with advantage in order to dig out the parts. So go ahead and start with the regular group check with a DC of 12.
And
uh,
don't we have advantage?
You have advantage on the second check
Oh, on the
Yeah.
second check. Okay.
because they're looking for sounds, magic use, all that kind of stuff, just to see if people are approaching that they don't know about.
Ugh.
oh no,
Okay, so yeah, you guys are approaching the necropolis. You're trying to be stealthy, but as you get to the gates, you notice that there are three grave clerics who step out of the shadows, and you can tell by their attire that that's exactly what they are. And one of them looks like an old man, although you didn't hear him approach. So anyway, he's kind of stroking his beard, and he says, "It's awfully late to be coming out here, young ones. What do you need here?"
Oh, we were coming to pay our respects to some fallen comrades. You might have heard about some of my fellow countrymen who were felled in a recent Kylon attack.
Oh, I definitely appreciate that, young fella, but no one enters at night, I'm afraid. Come back in the morning and you will certainly have no problems.
Hmm.
Oh.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I've thought about that. The big problem is that there's so many people prejudiced against my Sudaga friend here, who's also here to pay his respects, that we just wanted to show up when it was least intrusive for anybody.
Okay, that sounds like a persuasion check. If anybody has anything to offer that might help.
I'm trying to think of something to say. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem.
You're a man of the cloth. Surely you can come up with
Yeah,
some sort of ritual
religious.
thingy that,
Yeah,
or
some religious mumbo
tradition.
jumbo.
I mean, you are a grave cleric, same as them.
I am a great cleric.
Yeah, you're a grave cleric, and I'm just some religious nut.
Yeah, they don't seem to recognize you at the moment. So what do you say, Devak?
How do I phrase this? I too am a great.
Maybe you can ask them about like what their duties are and what further training.
Yeah, ask them about what their duties are.
Okay, so you're trying to get them interested in some conversation and get them distracted.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, I think that'll work. So Pico, go ahead and make your persuasion with advantage.
All right. Let's This is not going to be all that great, but it is worth a try.
Okay, you're talking to them, and they don't seem angry exactly, but you can tell that the old man kind of sees through the distraction, and he's like, I apologize, young one, but the rules are rules. I'm afraid I can't let you in. Please come back in the morning. Um, if you come right at sunrise, there won't be very many people here, and you'll have an easier time of it.
Wait, why don't we just find a different approach?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm thinking.
I actually do. Well, all right. Well, thank you very much
Okay,
for your information. We'll be sure to stop by, much earlier in the day. And thank you very much for your
Of
patience.
course. And then they walk away.
all right.
Okay, so as we walk away, now this place is like fenced in, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's find somewhere far away from the entrance because we're going to go in. We're going to take the basement approach.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll loop around to some, looking around, because they're just kind of watching the main entry, right? I mean, it's not like they have patrols or something.
You don't see any patrols.
All right. So, so yeah, the plan is, and yeah, I see a lot of trees kind of along one end of the.
Yeah, there's trees and stuff.
All right, so yeah, maybe further to the rear of the place, wherever it looks like there's lease facilities. Basically, I want to go ahead and start using mold earth to excavate a tunnel underneath the fence.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, you're able to dig a tunnel through it, and you crawl through the tunnel, and you're now in the inside.
Well, we don't even need to go up. I'm thinking if they're buried,
yeah,
we can just go around grabbing things.
actually.
Fair enough. All right. Um, so how many things are you trying to grab?
That's up to Devok.
Um, so, how much do skulls weigh?
Jesus Christ.
Um,
I'd be surprised if they weighed more than a couple of pounds. Most of the weight of a head is
The brain,
brain
yeah.
and everything else in there.
Probably of the
And I
skulls
mean,
I've handled when I've held skulls, they were like around like 5 to 10 pounds. It depends on like the person, but I'd
so
say like a good
three,
average is 6 to 7.
We
7, 5.
grabbed 5.
So I guess about 5 pounds for a skull.
You guys think we should grab 5 skulls? We can split them between us. 4 skulls. Let's do 4.
Yeah,
It's way safer.
Okay, so you got
4 or
four
3.
skulls.
And 5
So
hands.
that's 20 pounds.
Skulls and 5 hands.
Okay, fair enough. Alrighty, so that's what you guys are doing, and I'm assuming after you gather your 5 skulls and 5 hands, that you basically go back out the same hole and then return, right?
yeah, but I'm filling up the hole completely, not leaving an obvious tunnel here.
Fair enough. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and move over to a different map, and I'm going to place Ragu. There we go. And let's see, it was Galen. No, you went on the expedition. That's right. So I guess not Galen. Ire. So as Ire and Ragu that were going to check out to look for the building at night, right?
Was Ori coming?
I don't know. Is she?
No, I'm good. You
Okay.
guys don't really need me.
Anyway,
Actually, I was looking up the information. It says that skulls weigh around 2.5 pounds, depending on the age. So
oh
that's
really?
active.
Yeah, I was getting something with said 10 or 11 plus 3 pounds to the brain, blah
Oh,
blah. But
yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
okay.
I'll take that.
I think that was and all the hit. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
you're
was trying to
talking about.
subtract things out, but if you have an actual value for the skull itself, then we'll take that. What do you say, 2.5 pounds?
Around 2.5, yeah. Once again, it depends on like age. but I'd say that's the average.
So let's just go ahead, I guess, and yeah, 2.5 pounds is fine. And so just multiply that by 5, and that's how much weight you're carrying.
Yeah. And then I'm just doing like 2 pounds for the hands.
I don't know. I think a hand might be a pound each. So
Okay,
so yeah. So I guess 5 pounds for that.
Yeah, because a pound, yeah, a hand is about cup-sized, I would say, and a pint of water is a pound, and that's basically a vaginal water bottle. So, yeah, if anything, a hand might even be lighter than that. I think a pound would actually be kind of a pessimistic estimate, which I think is probably a good one to go with.
Yeah. Well, and it's easier to deal with. So yeah, we'll just say a pound.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, back to so it's Ragu and Ire, and Ragu, you're looking around for this glowing building at midnight, and because there's a limited number of these large structures, it's not too hard for you to find it. So about 12:30, you see this large glowing building, and it looks a lot like a tree. It's probably only a single story, so it's a very truncated tree, but the walls literally look like that like bark. Um, but it's very rounded in shape, and you can see in front of you. You can see the structure. You can see a door. And there's some windows off to the sides. So what do you do? You should be able to see the map.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I get Char?
Sure.
I can fly Char around really quick and see through his eyes to see what I see.
Yep. Let me go ahead and let's see. Owl sight on. Can you see through Char now?
Yes, I can.
All right. So, yep, you can go ahead and just don't enter the building, obviously, but you can definitely fly around and take a look. Anyway, that window you were looking through before, you were seeing some sort of hallway, and you were seeing these coppery pillars. At least you kind of, yeah. And but when you look at the pillars, even though they shine like copper, they look like wood.
Interesting.
Okay, you
Is
see a
this another door?
door. You see basically a smaller offshoot. And inside, you see some Kylon pacing around. And there's something different about them. If they somehow seem more menacing.
Good.
Yep, and you continue looking around, and in there you see what looks a lot like a library of sorts, with bookshelves around the edges. But you notice that most of the books are missing. However, you do see some paperwork on one of the tables. You, it's hard to make out because the writing is kind of covered with other papers and stuff, so you'd actually have to move stuff around to get at it. But it's pretty clear there's some looks like fairly fresh paperwork. That's a door.
Oh,
It's a big double
all
door.
right. So there's two doors, and this is.
Inside, you see a rather large fountain, and the fountain itself seems to be glowing. And it looks like some sort of elven woman wearing robes, and you can see the water kind of dripping down out of the mouth, and the water itself glows.
Very interesting. Okay, and this is another door.
Yep.
Okay.
And you see another window, and inside you see more of these somehow more menacing Kylon.
I fly back, and it's like, yes, sire, this is definitely the building. And there's at least 4 or probably 5 Kylon young in there, and they're a little more glowy and unpleasant looking than what we have seen before.
Ooh.
So yeah, that whole thing maybe takes another half an hour, and by the time you're done, the glow
I
starts.
figured Char's glow or fly around the building only took like a minute.
Well, you're stopping at each one and kind of flying around and looking and seeing what you can see. But
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. We'll call it 10 minutes then. But anyway, so we'll say 10 minutes passes by. But one thing that's interesting is you can see the building glowing.
That is
It's-
interesting.
Yeah, you didn't see any of the other buildings glowing. You've never seen a building glow before that you know of.
So you're seeing this building glow too?
However, Char, when you're looking through Char's eyes, Ragu, he did not see the glow.
Even though he's a familiar and has the whole tune to magic thing, he still
Yeah.
can't.
That's right.
Okay.
He
Well,
saw the fountain glow, but that's a different kind of glow. You suspect anybody could see the fountain glow.
Okay, but I was seeing the building glow, and then looking through his eyes, I see the fountain inside and all the stuff on the inside.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure how far we are, but Ire, not sure what you're planning, but I think we can send Char really quick.
Sure.
Right, I tell Char to fly as fast as he can to the necropolis, which is the last place I remember most of the rest saying that is where they were going to be being.
Right. And as the bird goes, and it's, obviously it'll take a while to get there. You remember.
Bring them back here.
Yeah,
I
which you
remember.
do. But you remember. Sorry, hold on. Where is it? Documents. You remember that.
I think there's a reason why this is being brought up.
Oh yes, they are scarier at night.
Anyway, so the bird goes, and as the rest of the group, as you're leaving the necropolis, the owl suddenly shows up, and seems to want to lead you somewhere.
Well, shall we follow? Which I say to Devon and Galen.
I don't know why they're not
Yeah,
talking, but
let's do
okay.
it.
There we go.
Hello?
Yep, on the way there, I'll, end up talking with Galen and Devok and, mentioning that, man, remember doing some research about Night Eyes and Raymond Dark. They had a campaign of terror against the Empire of Zar. They would set up these quote-unquote hidden bases inside graveyards specifically to lure in the Empire of Zar armies and then just pull off this campaign of terror. Sort of thing is really perfect when you're trying to intimidate your enemies. I'd love to try that someday.
That sounds cool.
Now, Oreo stayed home, as far as I could tell.
I was gonna say, did anybody know where Oreo went?
Oh, we can go grab her then.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking we should just keep the building under surveillance to make sure more of the Kylon don't get out tonight. But attacking them right now might not be the best for us.
Oh, I agree. Well, we are fresh since you did suggest that we go ahead and, sleep in early so we can make sure all the doors are sealed and just keep an eye on this area till daybreak.
That works.
Okay. So yeah, you do so, and nothing seems to happen during the day, or during the night, I mean. So it is now the 27th of Agio. There's a light breeze from the northeast, and there's a few clouds in the sky, and due to the breeze, it's refreshingly cool today compared to normal. So what do you do? It's morning now.
Shall we
All
get
right.
ready to go in? Do you want to cover different doors. Feel free to look around the extra windows. I described what I saw when I saw it.
Yeah, let's see.
Look around.
Yeah, get a quick peek on everything.
Yep.
Okay, nothing useful there. Okay.
Oh. It's so green. Oh, I'm not allowed to.
Well, this small satellite building or room off to the side's only got a couple of Kylon in it. We might be able to pull off a sneaky or ambush on them, although unfortunately that's windows there. Let's see, there's got to be a door. Yeah, there is. Okay, I think I've got an idea. It looks like there's a north door. If we go in this north door, I think we can sneak over to that little satellite building on the northeast, deal with those Kylon Young separately, or alternatively deal with the ones in the big building. Anybody game for that?
Sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we should section off our fights as much as possible. Getting swarmed by these things is a real possibility and danger.
Oh crap, and I see an adolescent in the big room.
Yeah, we. Wait, really?
Yes, right there where that
Ah,
ping is.
shit.
Yeah, if we go in the north door, we can avoid that and deal with a couple of the young by themselves first.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard fight.
Want to hit the
Okay.
adolescent first and then go to the rest?
I mean,
Well, the problem is that it's got reinforcements, and if that attracts the other two
Yeah.
young, we could be in big trouble.
I almost want to kill off all the rest and then kill the adolescent last, even though we'd be tired and hurt by then. Fighting the adolescent, and then if it like roars and then calls in all the rest of the young, we could be in a lot of danger.
Smart to start with this cutoff room over here.
Yeah,
The idea is
I
we go to the
agree.
doors right here, and then it looks like we can then go to the right a little, or our left, and then go into that separate room, and then we could probably close the door behind us to do that fight.
Good to me.
What was that?
I said sounds good to me. Sorry.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna go up to the north door, then I'll just have everybody go up there, and then let me know when you want to open it.
All right, let's. God, I hate these things are resistant to fire. I have to get up close to them.
It's important to keep in mind though that it's 1040. So we should be careful about what fights we pick. As in, we shouldn't like attract everything at once.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
we
if
were
we
gonna
can
try.
separate off those,
I'll help you out.
Okay, there you go.
if we separate off those two Kylon young, that should be fairly manageable, and then that leaves the other fight as a cliffhanger.
So that is a good question. I mean, I'm not against ending early if that's what you wanted, just in case. So do you want to try the fight, or do you just want to end here and start right here next session?
I think we can take out these two and after that maybe.
Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I'm
I
up
want
for
to
at
keep
least
going
some
for
fight.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go a little bit farther.
The issue with like starting the big fight is I have to be up at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we shouldn't go past 11.
Yeah,
So-
or like I want to get these two out of the way, and then we can do the big fight next time, maybe.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm assuming that as you opening the door, that you're trying to be silent about it, avoid any creaky hinges, that kind of thing. So who's opening the door?
I am.
Oreo, yeah.
All right. So go ahead and make a stealth check.
Any chance? Well,
I'll help you, I guess.
Yep, you
yeah,
can
I
do
was
that.
gonna say. Okay.
Okay, so you managed to open up the double doors silently, and you are now looking at a hallway that goes around either direction.
I will stealth my way to where I believe the door is, over here.
Yep. And I will go ahead and open that up. Oh, it's already open. That's right, because that door is actually already ajar.
So then I would not go all the way in front. I would just go right there
Yeah.
again, stealth, and then I'd wait for the guys to kind of get closer.
Okay,
before
so if
going in.
everybody's gonna come in, I'll just have you guys do a group stealth check. And this will be against their passive perception, which is 14. So you need at least a 14 and more successes than failures.
I'm notoriously good at sneaking.
Is stealth, or can we use our tailing skill because we're trying to move quietly?
Fire, I'm liking that roll.
I think you can use tailing.
Oh, that's going to affect
Nice.
mine a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
That would bring my shoot up to 14 basically.
Okay, so so 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So you guys managed to get in there. So everybody, go ahead and move in. Position yourselves to where you want before we do initiative and all that.
Okay.
And you probably want to
I'll-
move in too, Ragu.
I'll hold up the back.
Try in here. Hold on a second.
And then you guys can roll initiative.
Can I prepare an arrow as a surprise attack?
Well, you guys are going to get your surprise round because you guys have successfully made your stealth check. We're just doing initiative in case they survive.
Okay.
I always have to get the worst possible rolls for initiative. Every time.
Oh, this actually promises to go pretty well.
All right. I'm assuming I'm going to get rid of Char there. All right. So this is a surprise round, so you guys can go in whatever order you want. So who's going first?
Can I go ahead and go first so I can land a couple of cheap shots on the things and then get back out?
All right, go for it.
I'm going to use feline agility. 2, 3. I'm going to shank the close one with my main claw.
And that hits for 9 points of damage.
4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to go ahead and shank this one with the off attack.
That also hits for 3. So a light attack, a heavy attack, and a light attack.
And whoops. 11. Actually, I guess there's no point in. Actually, 12. I'm going to go ahead and stake up right next to the door. That way, as people rush in, I can go ahead and slam the door behind as needed.
Fair enough. So who's next?
I can go.
Oh.
Okay. Rio can go.
Okay. So I'll go in. I'll take rapier, stab this one.
Okay. That's a miss.
I can only do an attack.
Is this a surprise or no?
It is.
Yeah.
Does she get advantage?
Do you get advantage on surprise?
Well, I mean, am I considered if I'm considered
you're,
like a hidden unseen?
Yeah, you're a rogue, so you get to hide. You basically get advantage when you attack from hiding and all that. So yeah, go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
Okay, that hits. All right, and it explodes. So go ahead and make your dex, which you do. All right, so it's gone.
And again, surprise round. So do I get the full, or is it just one attack?
No, you get your full. It's a full. You're a full turn.
So I'll go over. Oh, but this one would know that I'm already there, right? Because obviously that's no longer a surprise.
Yeah, I mean you don't get advantage, but you can still attack.
You know what? I'm just gonna stand on this side, and then wait. That's it. I'm good.
Fair enough. All right, who's next?
I guess if nobody else wants to go. Oh no, Shane, you go.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll go. I'm just gonna do my classic javelin toss.
Fair enough.
Class. bro.
It's pretty long range though, so it's you wind up missing, unfortunately.
Classic javelin miss is what I meant to say.
Classic, bro. Classic.
All right. Anything else on your turn? All right. Galen, did you want to go?
Yeah. This is a certified hood classic. All right, we're gonna toss some fire at the Kylon.
Go for it.
Actually, if there's only one left, no, I can't even reach it. Come on. Pew.
That hits the ground, and there's a little fire.
Go ahead.
Class.
All right,
Okay.
Devak,
Oh yeah.
I will shoot it.
go for it.
Yeah, just that will just blast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it! I didn't hit a single attack roll today.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
No, you did hit a single attack roll. You did solid damage on something earlier, so
Yeah, I hit
it
one
feels
attack.
like it, but you do hit sometimes. All right, Ragu.
Alrighty, I'm going to. Well, Char's gonna fly in. Actually, come on.
Okay.
He's gonna fly up here, flapping his face, and then come down this direction.
Okay.
I'm going to beeline it straight up to him, and just haul off.
That's a hit.
19. For Peasley 4. And then follow up with the punch.
That's also a
It
hit.
should have been just a 12, yeah. Go back to normal. And another 4.
All right. He is badly hurt. So yeah, you didn't take him out, but he is hurt.
That's,
All right, I think that's everybody. So let's go ahead and start round 2. So Ire, you see that there's a young standing in front of you. One of them exploded. What are you going to do?
Okay. I'm going in. And hitting him with the flail.
Go for it. That's a solid hit. And he
Yeah.
explodes. So both you and Ragu make your deck saves. Which you make. All right. So let's see. There was an explosion, but it was probably muffled.
There's no way they heard it. No way.
I'm also going to take the opportunity. Oh, is everybody piling into the room?
yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I'm going to go ahead and close the door behind us.
Okay. So you do hear some movement, but you don't see any Kylon pop their heads out. So we'll see what happens next time. So
Now, is this door lockable?
it is.
I'm going to lock it.
All right. You lock the door, and that is where we'll end. So let me get your. Sorry, did you say something?
It's fine. I'll just do it next time.
All right. Let me calculate your experience here. So let's see. Treasure is going to be 50. Exploration is going to be 75. Encounters is going to be 125. So 125 plus 75 plus 50. All right, so 250 experience points. Whatever, I'll fix that later. Show to players. All right, so everybody gets 250 experience points. You can see, you should be able to see the experience thing up. And Oreo, you definitely got 2 misses. Pico,
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that say 50, not 25?
on the miss, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm updating that now. It should be updated. So yeah, everybody
Yeah.
gets 250 experience points, plus 50 points from learning by failure for a total of
Did we
300.
all? Did we all do that?
Yep.
Yep.
Classic.
Oreo failed to pick 2 locks. I think she actually made one of them stronger when she did it.
Hey,
Um,
watch it.
I failed to pick the same lock and failed a perception check on that one guy who was watching the well. I'm like the only person who screwed that up. Ragu failed to open a chest twice with advantage. Or I mean, with help from somebody else.
And I crit
Devok,
failed my unconsciousness roll when I got knocked out.
yeah. Devok failed, well, as he pointed out, just about every attack he made. And then Galen failed a dex save against exploding Kylon, critically failed his first death save, and Ire failed an attack against Kylon Young, missed an attack against Kylon Hatchling, and well, if he didn't have those, he missed an attack here, the first one. So
Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video.